Welcome to Quiet Lives. Before we drift into tonight's journey, if you find sanctuary here, please consider subscribing to join our community of rest. I would love to know which corner of the world you are finding peace in tonight, and what hour it is where you are. Feel free to share your story in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The cool, smooth brass of the heavy doorknob settles beneath your palm, its polished surface carrying a faint chill that speaks of the evening air. As your fingers curl around the elegant curve, the first faint whispers of London rain begin to trace delicate, silvery patterns against the library window panes, a soft prelude to the night. You push the substantial oak door inward, feeling the satisfying weight of its aged wood as it pivots silently on its custom-fitted hinges. The sound of the bustling Mayfair street, a distant, muted hum just moments ago, now recedes completely, replaced by the immediate, profound quiet of your private sanctuary. A soft, deep thud registers as the door settles perfectly into its frame, the precise click of the latch echoing faintly in the hushed air, sealing you within. You take a slow, deliberate breath, drawing in the refined scent of old, well-loved paper, rich leather, and the subtle, clean aroma of beeswax polish that always lingers here. Your gaze drifts across the room, taking in the familiar, comforting expanse. The warm, inviting glow from the bespoke wall sconces, crafted from antique bronze and frosted glass, reflects softly on the dark, aged leather of the deep armchairs, inviting repose. Each stitch on the upholstery speaks of careful handiwork, a quiet testament to enduring quality. You notice the subtle shift in air temperature, a fraction cooler here within the library's solid walls, a gentle, refreshing contrast to the warmth of the hallway. Your steps are silent, almost imperceptible, as you begin to walk towards the tall sash window, drawn by the growing symphony outside. The thick Persian rug, a masterpiece of intricate hand-knotted wool in muted jewel tones, yields softly beneath your slippers, with each unhurried movement, its plush pile absorbing every trace of sound. You pause halfway, allowing the quiet to fully envelop you, noticing the faint, almost imperceptible scent of dry cedarwood emanating from the tall, built-in bookshelves that line the walls, filled with centuries of stories. You reach the window, standing before the large, perfectly clean panes of glass. The rain, no longer a whisper, has deepened into a soft, consistent drumbeat, a rhythmic patter against the glass, and the cobbled Mews street visible below. You watch the individual drops, tiny spheres of liquid silver, as they glide down the pane, leaving momentary, shimmering trails before merging into a gentle sheet. The world outside feels distant, softened, viewed through this elegant filter of glass and falling water. You lift a hand, placing it gently against the cool surface of the glass. The faint, steady vibration of the rain against the pane resonates subtly against your fingertips, a quiet living connection to the world beyond your sanctuary. Through a barely open, discreet vent high above, a truly delicate trace of damp earth and distant petrichor, carried on the freshening air, enters the room, mingling with the existing aromas. The steady rhythm of the rain outside now cocoons the room, a private symphony for this quiet evening, inviting you to simply be. A distinct dry warmth begins to subtly caress your cheek, pulling your attention away from the cool, rain-streaked window pane and drawing your gaze across the hushed expanse of your private library. You slowly withdraw your hand from the glass, feeling the lingering coolness on your fingertips as you turn. The ambient light from the bespoke wall sconces, which moments ago seemed sufficient, now softens further, yielding precedence to the more dynamic, living glow emanating from the far side of the room. A gentle, almost imperceptible current of air stirs around you, carrying the faint, clean scent of wood smoke, a promise of deeper comfort. Your steps remain deliberately measured, sinking softly into the thick, hand-knotted wool of the Persian rug that cushions your progress. The muted jewel tones of the intricate patterns seem to absorb your movement, creating an almost silent procession across the room. As the rug gives way to the polished oak floorboards, your slippers glide smoothly, each movement a quiet affirmation of the space around you. You take your time, allowing the rich silence of the library, punctuated only by the distant rain, to settle around you. As you draw nearer to the grand fireplace, the radiant heat becomes more pronounced, a comforting embrace that gently warms your skin. The meticulously carved marble surround, a masterpiece of neoclassical design in a deep veined green, feels substantial and cool to the eye, even as the air around it grows warmer. Within the wide, blackened cavity, carefully stacked oak logs burn with a steady, rich flame. You observe the way the fire breathes, small licks of orange and yellow light dancing gracefully over the dark, gnarled surfaces of the wood. A soft, rhythmic crackle emanates from the heart of the embers, punctuated by the occasional, almost delicate pop as a pocket of sap releases its hold. The clean, dry scent of burning hardwood is now more distinct, a grounding aroma that speaks of warmth and long evenings. The comforting flicker of the fire casts a mesmerizing liquid light across the towering bookshelves that flank the hearth, bringing the ancient leather bindings into a vibrant, yet softened, focus. You watch as the deep, rich hues of burgundy, forest green, and the occasional faded sapphire are momentarily intensified, then gently recede, with each subtle shift of the flame. The embossed spines, some smooth and supple from generations of handling, others still bearing the crisp, precise impression of a long-lost artisan's tool, stand in silent, dignified rows. The gilt lettering, now mellowed to a soft burnished gold, seems to catch the light in fleeting glints, revealing titles in elegant, antique scripts that whisper of forgotten wisdom and timeless narratives. Each volume, a silent witness to countless rainy nights, seems to hold its breath in the quiet, dancing shadows. Your gaze settles on a particularly old set, their uniform bindings of dark, almost black calfskin, showing the subtle variations that only true age and careful preservation can bestow. The firelight traces the delicate, almost imperceptible lines of wear along their edges, highlighting the subtle texture of the aged leather. You imagine the weight of such a book in your hands, the dry, papery rustle of its pages. The air around these shelves feels dense with history, imbued with the quiet stories held within the brittle leaves and strong bindings. The overall effect is one of quiet strength, of enduring elegance. The gentle, persistent rhythm of the rain outside, a steady hush against the Mayfair windows, now blends seamlessly with the soft, comforting crackle of the fire within. You simply stand here, bathed in the nuanced warmth, allowing the quiet flicker of the flames to soothe your senses, a silent, steady companion in the deepening tranquil night. The soothing warmth from the crackling fireplace continues to envelop you, a gentle counterpoint to the steady drumming of rain against the window panes. Your eyes, having lingered on the fire's dance across the ancient leather bindings, Now begin a slow, deliberate journey along the towering mahogany shelves that stretch towards the high, ornate ceiling of your library. You begin to move, your slippers once more gliding over the plush wool of the rug before finding the smooth, cool expanse of the polished oak floorboards beneath the imposing rows of books. The intricate grain of the mahogany, a deep, rich brown, catches the firelight in subtle, shifting highlights, revealing decades of careful oiling and polishing. Each shelf, meticulously crafted, seems to hold its weighty cargo with quiet dignity, a testament to the artisan's skill. You pause, allowing your gaze to sweep upwards, taking in the sheer volume of knowledge and narrative contained within these walls, reaching almost beyond your immediate grasp. Your hand lifts slowly, fingers extended, as you begin to trace the spines of the volumes closest to you. The cool, dry surface of the aged leather offers a slight resistance, a subtle friction against your fingertips. Some bindings are smooth, almost silken from repeated handling, while others retain a faint, pebbled texture, hinting at the animal hide from which they were fashioned centuries ago. You notice the varied heights and widths, the precise, uniform gilt lettering on some, contrasting with the faded, almost illegible titles on others, softened by the passage of time. A faint, almost imperceptible whisper of dust seems to rise, catching the dancing firelight, before settling back into the quiet air. Your fingers drift, pausing on a particular volume, its spine a deep, rich oxblood red, softened by age. It is slightly thicker than its neighbors, suggesting a more substantial narrative, or perhaps a collection of works. The gold tooling, though somewhat worn, still clearly depicts a delicate, intricate crest, a sign of its distinguished provenance. You feel the subtle raised bands across its spine, a classic detail that adds to its tactile appeal. This particular book seems to emanate a quiet invitation, a promise of a story waiting patiently within its pages. The weight of its history feels almost palpable. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you extend your index finger and thumb, carefully gripping the top and bottom edge of the chosen volume. There is a faint, almost inaudible sigh of displaced air as you slowly, smoothly, draw the book forward from its tight embrace with its companions. The slight vacuum created by its removal is quickly filled, and the neighboring books settle back into their positions with a soft, collective whisper of leather against leather. You feel the unexpected solid weight of the book as it comes free, a satisfying heft that speaks to its quality and the dense, creamy paper within. You turn the volume slightly, feeling the slight give of the hinges, the subtle tension as the cover moves. You hold the substantial volume in both hands, feeling its cool, firm presence, its silent narrative. The faint scent of old paper, leather, and perhaps a distant trace of ink, rises gently to meet you, mingling with the wood smoke and rain-fresh air. The steady, comforting crackle of the fire continues its rhythm, a quiet promise of a long, peaceful night. The substantial weight of the leather-bound volume rests comfortably in your hands, its cool, firm presence, a quiet anchor as you slowly turn from the towering mahogany shelves. Your fingers gently brush against the smooth, worn spine one last time, a silent farewell to its companions, as you begin to move away from the wall of books. The faint, pleasing scent of aged paper and fine leather, a fragrance unique to this particular volume, lingers momentarily in the air around you, mingling with the wood smoke from the nearby fire. Your slippers once more find the plush, yielding surface of the thick Persian rug, its deep pile cushioning your every step. Each footfall is absorbed, creating an almost reverent silence as you traverse the room. The muted light from the antique bronze wall sconces and the dancing glow of the fireplace combine to cast long, soft shadows that stretch and recede across the intricate patterns of the rug, guiding your path. The distant, consistent drumming of the rain against the Mayfair windows remains a constant, soothing accompaniment, a gentle rhythm that underscores the profound quiet within these walls. You allow yourself to simply walk, unhurried, across the polished oak floorboards that emerge from beneath the rug, their smooth, cool surface, a subtle contrast to the warmth radiating from the hearth. Your gaze now settles upon your favorite reading armchair, positioned thoughtfully near the grand fireplace. It stands as an inviting silhouette in the soft ambient light, a promise of deep comfort. The armchair is generously proportioned, upholstered in a rich, deep forest green velvet, its dense pile catching the firelight in a myriad of subtle shifting shades. You can almost feel the softness of the fabric from this distance, an anticipation of its luxurious embrace. The dark, sculpted wood of its arms and legs, polished to a soft gleam, speaks of enduring craftsmanship, a piece designed for generations of quiet contemplation. A faint, almost imperceptible scent of seasoned wood and deep-seated comfort seems to emanate from its very presence. As you draw closer, the velvet nap appears even richer, inviting your touch. You approach the armchair slowly, feeling the increasing warmth from the crackling fire on your left side. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you carefully place the leather-bound volume onto the small, antique burr walnut side table, positioned perfectly beside the chair. The soft, dry thud of the book settling on the polished surface of the table is barely audible, a quiet punctuation mark in the serene atmosphere. The cool, smooth grain of the walnut, deeply lacquered, feels solid and reassuring beneath your fingertips as you briefly steady the book. Now, your weight begins to shift. You slowly lower yourself into the deep, velvet embrace of the armchair. The cushions, plump and yielding, conform immediately to the contours of your body, offering a sensation of being gently cradled. The soft, dense velvet brushes against your skin, its luxurious pile feeling cool at first, then quickly warming to your touch, creating a sensation of exquisite softness. There is a faint, almost imperceptible sigh of air as the deep foam and feather-filled cushions compress beneath you, a gentle release that speaks of profound comfort. The solid frame of the chair gives a barely audible, reassuring creak as you fully settle back, finding the perfect angle for repose. You lean back further, allowing the high, winged back of the armchair to support your head and neck, completely enveloping you. The soft, comforting fabric of the velvet armrests feels smooth and supportive beneath your forearms. Your body sinks deeper into the chair, a luxurious surrender to its profound comfort. The gentle warmth from the fireplace now bathes your entire front, a comforting, steady presence. The deep velvet of the armchair cradles you completely, its luxurious softness, a silent invitation to full repose. As you settle deeper into its generous cushions, a subtle shift in the ambient sound draws your attention. From the periphery of your awareness, a soft, delicate clinking begins to emerge, a gentle, precise rhythm that seems to float through the warm, wood smoke-scented air. It is the unmistakable sound of ice, a crisp, clean chime against fine crystal. You slowly turn your head, your gaze drifting towards the source of the sound, which emanates from just beyond the range of your direct vision, near the grand fireplace. The crackling of the oak logs continues its comforting rhythm, now joined by this new, refined accompaniment. You can sense a quiet presence, a figure moving with practiced, unobtrusive grace. A subtle, almost imperceptible rustle of dark fabric reaches your ears, a soft whisper that does not disturb the serene atmosphere, but rather blends into it. The air around you seems to grow faintly richer, carrying a subtle, sweet, and complex aroma, a promise of warmth to come. A moment later, a hand, clad in a crisp white cuff, extends into your view, holding a heavy crystal decanter. The glass catches the dancing firelight, refracting it into 1,000 tiny, shimmering points. The decanter is filled with a rich, warming, amber liquid, its color deep and inviting, reminiscent of polished mahogany or aged honey. You watch as the liquid shifts and swirls with the slightest movement, a silent, swirling dance of light and color. The butler, ever discreet, remains just outside your immediate line of sight, his presence a comforting assurance of attentive service. The precise, almost silent precision of his movements is a familiar comfort. Then, a perfectly formed, clear sphere of ice drops with a soft, distinct clink into a heavy cut crystal tumbler. The sound is clean and singular, a miniature bell tone that vibrates gently in the quiet room. It is followed by another, and then a third, each clink resonating with a slightly different pitch, creating a delicate, harmonious melody. You find yourself listening intently to these small, precise sounds, allowing them to draw you further into the tranquil moment. The ice spheres, perfectly spherical, settle at the bottom of the glass, catching the firelight and gleaming like polished jewels. Next, the stream of amber liquid from the decanter begins its slow, deliberate descent into the tumbler. There's a soft, continuous glug 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 as the spirit pours, a gentle, liquid sound that fills the small space around the glass. The rich, sweet aroma of the liquid intensifies, a complex blend of oak, vanilla, and dried fruit, gently warming the air. You watch as the amber liquid slowly rises in the crystal, encasing the clear ice spheres, their perfect forms now shimmering through the golden hue. The way the light plays through the faceted crystal, through the liquid and off the ice creates a miniature, ever-changing tableau of understated elegance. The pouring stops as precisely as it began, the soft glug fading into the crackle of the fire and the distant rain. The butler's hand withdraws, leaving the perfectly prepared drink on the side table, just within easy reach. The rich, warming scent of the amber liquid now gently permeates the air around you, a comforting presence. You simply observe the perfectly formed drink, the firelight reflecting off the crystal, the subtle condensation already beginning to form on the outside of the glass. The quiet sounds of the library continue to weave their gentle, soothing spell. The rich, complex aroma of the freshly poured amber liquid, a blend of aged oak and subtle sweetness, now gently diffuses through the air around you, a new layer in the library's familiar symphony of scents. You remain nestled deeply in the velvet armchair, feeling the luxurious fabric yield to your form, your gaze resting for a moment on the perfectly formed ice spheres shimmering within the cut crystal tumbler beside you. You allow your breath to deepen, a slow, deliberate inhalation that draws the varied aromas of the room into your awareness. Beyond the immediate richness of the spirit, you begin to discern the subtle, grounding scent of old paper, a dry, comforting fragrance that speaks of countless pages and forgotten stories contained within the towering shelves. It is a scent unique to libraries of this age, a gentle, almost dusty sweetness that lingers in the quiet air, a silent testament to the passage of time. This particular aroma mingles gracefully with the fainter, yet distinct, woody notes of the polished, mahogany bookshelves that line the walls and the smooth, cool surface of the burr walnut side table. You detect the deep, resinous scent of the seasoned wood, a natural warmth that balances the coolness of the distant rain. The crackle and soft hiss of the burning oak logs in the grand fireplace continue their steady rhythm, adding the clean, dry scent of wood smoke to the air, a constant, reassuring presence. This particular aroma is both ancient and immediate, a primal comfort that anchors you firmly in the present moment, a gentle counterpoint to the quiet elegance of the room. Through the subtle, almost imperceptible vent from earlier, a delicate trace of the outside world still filters in, the cool, clean essence of rain-fresh air, carrying a hint of damp earth, and the unique, invigorating scent of petrichor. It is a fleeting, refreshing counterpoint to the warmer, more settled aromas within the room, a subtle reminder of the Mayfair evening unfolding beyond your walls. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the complex layering of scents wash over you, each one distinct yet harmoniously blended. The subtle coolness of the velvet against your cheek and the steady warmth from the fire on your front create a gentle balance across your senses. You feel completely enveloped, suspended in this tranquil space where time seems to slow, almost to a standstill. The distant, persistent drumming of the rain against the Mayfair windows continues its soft, rhythmic song, a sound that has now become an integral part of the library's quiet breath. The collective breath of the library, rich with the essence of history, the comforting warmth of the fire, and the cleansing rain, settles around you. You simply exist within this tranquil blend, feeling the profound quiet deepen with each passing moment. The deep, velvet embrace of the armchair continues to hold you, its luxurious cushions having conformed perfectly to your form, a silent invitation to linger. The rich, complex aroma of the amber liquid, a gentle warmth, still subtly perfumes the air, mingling with the dry scent of old paper and the clean, invigorating hint of rain. The fire crackles softly, a steady, comforting presence, its radiant heat, a pleasant contrast to the distant drumming of the Mayfair rain. You shift slightly, a slow, unhurried movement within the deep comfort of the chair. The soft, plush velvet yields beneath you, a gentle sigh of fabric and cushion. Your gaze drifts from the shimmering ice and the crystal tumbler, now barely misted with condensation, towards the floor directly in front of you. Your slippers, which had been resting comfortably, feel a subtle invitation to release their hold. With a deliberate, almost imperceptible motion, you gently slide your feet from their soft confines, allowing the cool, quiet air of the library to brush against your skin. The thick hand-knotted wool of the Persian rug, a masterpiece of intricate design, lies before you, its muted jewel tones appearing even richer in the firelight. Your bare foot descends slowly, pausing just above the edge of the rug, hesitating for a moment. You can feel the slight warmth radiating from the hearth, a gentle current that subtly warms the air closest to the floor. Then, with a soft, almost reverent contact, your heel settles onto the cool, smooth surface of the polished stone floor that frames the rug. The sensation is immediate and grounding, a crisp, refreshing coolness that spreads gently across your skin, a welcome contrast to the warmth of the fire and the plushness of the armchair. The stone, a pale gray marble with subtle, almost invisible veins, feels solid and ancient beneath your arch, a testament to the enduring structure of your townhouse. Slowly, deliberately, you extend your bare toes, allowing them to trace the intricate, raised patterns of the Persian rug. The soft, dense wool fibers yield to the gentle pressure, a delicate, tactile exploration. You feel the individual knots and loops, the subtle variations in texture, as your toes follow the meandering lines of a stylized floral motif. Then, the crisp, geometric edges of a border. Each small movement of your foot sends a faint, almost ticklish sensation across your soul, a quiet engagement with the exquisite craftsmanship beneath you. The firelight, dancing and flickering, casts soft, shifting shadows across the rug's surface, making the patterns appear to subtly undulate, as if breathing. You continue this slow, gentle exploration, allowing your foot to glide over different sections of the rug. One moment, your toes encounter the slightly coarser texture of a darker, more densely woven section. Then the next, the smoother, almost silken feel of a lighter, more open field of pattern. The subtle variations in the pile height create a miniature landscape for your senses. The distant, persistent rhythm of the rain against the Mayfair windows seems to soften further, becoming an even more subtle backdrop to the quiet, internal focus of this tactile journey. You notice the faint, earthy scent of the wool itself, a natural, grounding aroma that quietly emerges as your foot brushes against the fibers. Your bare foot continues its slow, unhurried dance across the soft wool, a quiet tracing of history and artistry, while the cool, smooth stone provides a constant, refreshing anchor just beyond the rug's edge. The warmth of the fire, the distant rain, and the subtle textures beneath your foot create a profound, tranquil balance in the hushed library. The cool, smooth marble beneath your arch offers a refreshing counterpoint to the soft, intricate wool of the Persian rug, a grounding sensation that anchors you firmly in the deep comfort of the velvet armchair. As your bare foot continues its gentle, almost unconscious tracing of the patterns, your gaze slowly lifts from the soft textures below, drawn naturally towards the tall, leaded glass window panes. The world beyond the glass, though still distant and muted, now presents a captivating, dynamic tableau. The steady drumming of the London rain, which has been a constant, soothing presence, seems to intensify slightly as your attention focuses on its immediate impact. You watch the individual raindrops, countless tiny spheres of liquid, as they strike the panes, each impact a soft, distinct pap against the glass. The leaded framework, forming a precise grid of diamond and rectangular sections, provides a fascinating visual structure, breaking the view into a mosaic of shifting, wet reflections. You lean back further into the luxurious depth of the armchair, allowing its plush cushions to fully support your head and neck, positioning yourself perfectly to observe the quiet drama unfolding on the glass. The firelight, a warm, dancing presence from the hearth, casts subtle, elongated reflections across the wet surfaces of the window, creating fleeting glimmers that appear and vanish with each new cascade of water. You notice how the light, softened by the rain, subtly distorts the familiar outline of the mews houses across the street, blurring their edges into gentle watercolor-like shapes. The faint, earthy scent of petrichor, carried on the freshening air from the discreet vent, mingles with the wood smoke and aged paper, creating a rich, evolving olfactory landscape. Your eyes follow the path of a particularly large raindrop as it coalesces from smaller droplets, slowly gaining momentum. It traces a delicate, shimmering trail down the pane, leaving a momentary glistening track before merging with the sheet of water flowing steadily downwards. Each small pane of leaded glass seems to have its own miniature river, a constant, silent procession of water. The rhythmic patter against the glass is a profound, consistent sound, a natural lullaby that seems to gently press against the quiet of the library. yet never intrudes upon it. You find yourself observing the subtle variations in the rain's intensity, sometimes a slightly heavier, more resonant thrum asterisk, then softening to a softer, more diffused whisper. The warmth from the grand fireplace continues to radiate outwards, a comforting presence that gently warms your front, creating a pleasant contrast with the cool, visual suggestion of the rain just beyond the window. You feel completely enclosed within this tranquil space, a privileged observer of the elements. The continuous, soft patter of the raindrops against the leaded glass window panes becomes a deeply soothing, almost hypnotic rhythm, gently drawing your awareness into a profound, peaceful stillness. A gentle, almost imperceptible shift in the deep velvet of your armchair signals a quiet transition, a subtle loosening of the luxurious embrace that has held you. The warmth from the grand fireplace, which has been a constant, comforting presence, now feels slightly less intense as you slowly begin to gather yourself. The rhythmic patter of rain against the leaded glass windows, a soft, persistent symphony, continues its soothing cadence, a constant backdrop to the serene quiet of the library. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the mingled scents of old paper, rich wood smoke, and rain-fresh air to fill your senses one last time. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, you push gently against the velvet armrests, feeling the plush cushions yield and then slowly resist as you rise. Your bare feet, which had been tracing the intricate patterns of the Persian rug, now find the cool, smooth expanse of the polished oak floorboards once more, a refreshing sensation against your skin. You pause for a moment, allowing the lingering warmth of the armchair to dissipate and the quiet dignity of the library to settle around you. The amber liquid in the crystal tumbler, still gleaming beside you, remains untouched, a silent sentinel in the soft firelight. Your steps are soft and measured as you begin to move away from the hearth, your bare feet gliding almost silently across the polished oak. The deep, rich grain of the wood gleams softly under the ambient light of the wall sconces, reflecting the muted glow in fleeting, elongated streaks. You cast a glance back at the crackling fire, its flames still dancing with a mesmerizing rhythm, casting long, soft shadows that seem to stretch and recede across the ancient leather bindings of the towering bookshelves. The comforting scent of burning oak follows you, a subtle, grounding trail. You approach the heavy oak door of the library, the same door that sealed you into this sanctuary earlier. Your hand reaches out, fingers gently curling around the cool, smooth brass of the doorknob. There is a faint, familiar chill from the polished metal, a subtle contrast to the warmth of the room you are leaving. With a soft, deliberate turn, the mechanism engages, and you feel the satisfying weight of the door as it begins to swing inward. The precise, almost inaudible sigh of the well-oiled hinges is the only sound, a testament to the meticulous care given to every detail in your home. As the library door opens fully, a slightly cooler, yet equally hushed, air greets you. You step out from the rich, intimate quiet of the library into the hushed elegance of the gallery hall. The space here is wider, more expansive, illuminated by a softer, more diffused light emanating from hidden sources along the cornices. Your bare feet now find the cool, polished marble of the hall floor, a familiar coolness that spreads gently across your soles, a pleasant sensation that resonates with the distant, steady patter of the rain. The marble, a creamy white with delicate, almost invisible gray veins, feels smooth and incredibly solid beneath you. You begin to glide through the gallery hall, your movements fluid and unhurried. The long, grand space stretches before you, lined with carefully curated canvases in muted tones, their gilded frames catching the soft light in subtle flashes. You pass a tall, antique console table of dark, polished rosewood, its surface gleaming, holding a single, exquisite porcelain vase. The air in the gallery carries a faint, clean scent of old wax polish and a subtle, floral note from a distant, unseen arrangement. Each step is absorbed by the stillness of the hall, your presence a mere whisper in the quiet grandeur. The rain outside, though still audible, now feels more distant, a gentle, rhythmic hum that resonates through the thick walls of the townhouse. The cool, polished marble of the gallery hall continues its smooth embrace beneath your bare feet as you approach the grand, arched entrance to the drawing room. A subtly different quality of light, softer and perhaps a touch warmer, spills gently from the opening, inviting you onward. The faint, clean scent of wax polish that has accompanied you through the hall now begins to mingle with a new, delicate floral perfume, a hint of the elegant space beyond. You glide through the wide archway, your movement almost silent, and step fully into the grand drawing room. The air here feels distinctly softer, perhaps a degree warmer than the expansive hall, a gentle, pervasive calm. Your bare feet find the yielding surface of a vast, intricately woven aubusson carpet, its dense, short pile absorbing all sound, creating an immediate sense of hushed luxury. The carpet, in muted tones of cream, sage, and rose, stretches across the room, its classical patterns a subtle visual anchor. The distant drumming of the Mayfair rain against the windows, while still present, now feels even more remote, a gentle, barely perceptible whisper against the thick, insulated walls. Your gaze sweeps across the beautifully appointed room, taking in the elegant furnishings and carefully chosen objects. The ambient light, diffused and gentle, comes from several discrete sources, ensuring no harsh shadows disrupt the serene atmosphere. But one area draws your eye immediately, a specific section of the wall where a newly acquired landscape painting hangs, bathed in the singular, focused glow of a standing lamp. The lamp itself, a slender bronze column with a cream silk shade, stands gracefully beside the canvas, meticulously positioned to illuminate the artwork perfectly. The soft hum of the lamp's electrical current is barely audible, a faint, almost imperceptible whisper in the quiet room. You begin to move slowly, deliberately, across the plush carpet, drawn towards the painting. Each step is cushioned, a silent progression across the soft wool. As you draw closer, the details of the landscape begin to reveal themselves with increasing clarity under the lamp's focused light. It is a tranquil scene, rolling hills bathed in the soft, diffused light of a late afternoon, a winding river reflecting a pale, ethereal sky, and distant ancient trees standing guard on the horizon. The colors are rich yet subdued, deep greens blending into soft grays and blues, touched with hints of ochre and lavender. The artist's hand is evident in the delicate brushstrokes, each one a testament to skill and patience. You pause directly before the painting, allowing your eyes to absorb every nuance of its composition. The soft glow from the lamp seems to bring the landscape to life, enhancing the subtle texture of the oil paint on the canvas. You can almost feel the gentle undulations of the hills, the coolness of the river water. The gilded frame, ornate yet not ostentatious, catches the lamp's light, creating a warm, enclosing border around the scene, a window into another peaceful world. A faint, almost imperceptible scent of linseed oil and old canvas seems to emanate from the painting itself, a silent breath of its history. You stand there, lost in the quiet contemplation of the serene landscape, feeling the gentle warmth from the standing lamp subtly radiating towards you. The soft, rhythmic patter of the distant rain outside, a constant, soothing presence, continues to weave its quiet spell around the hushed elegance of the drawing room. The soft, diffused light of the drawing room, having gently illuminated the landscape painting, now begins to recede behind you as you turn from its quiet contemplation. Your bare feet, accustomed to the plush aubusson carpet, find the familiar coolness of the polished marble floor once more, guiding you silently back through the gallery hall towards the more intimate quiet of the library. With a gentle, practiced motion, your hand finds the cool, familiar brass of the library doorknob. The heavy oak door swings inward with a barely perceptible sigh, revealing the warm, inviting glow of the fire within. The mingled scents of old leather, wood smoke, and rain-fresh air, a unique embrace, welcome you back into your private sanctuary. You step over the threshold, the rich, deep pile of the Persian rug cushioning your bare feet, absorbing any sound. Your gaze drifts immediately to the vast oak writing desk, positioned thoughtfully beneath one of the tall windows, yet far enough from the hearth to avoid excessive heat. Its expansive, polished surface, a deep, rich brown, gleams softly in the ambient light. You approach it slowly, each step a deliberate, unhurried movement across the plush rug. A subtle aroma of aged beeswax polish emanates from the desk itself, a testament to its long history and meticulous care. You reach out, your fingertips tracing the smooth, cool grain of the oak, feeling the slight, almost imperceptible undulations of the natural wood beneath. A small, antique inkwell and a leather blotter, already present, are carefully nudged to one side, clearing a generous space for your intended task. From a discreet, wide drawer, crafted from the same rich oak, you gently pull forth a flat, leather-bound folio. The soft, deep thud of the drawer's perfectly fitted runners is barely audible against the steady rain. The folio itself, bound in supple, aged calfskin, feels cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, its weight substantial. As you unfasten the small, intricate brass clasp, a faint, dry scent of parchment and old paper, distinct from the books on the shelves, rises delicately. Inside, nestled between sheets of archival tissue, lie several rolled antique maps, their edges softened by time. You select the topmost scroll, its paper a delicate creamy beige, almost translucent in places. With utmost care, you begin to unroll it slowly across the polished oak surface of the desk. The ancient paper offers a gentle resistance, a faint, dry rustle that whispers softly in the quiet room. As the map unfurls, the intricate details begin to reveal themselves. Faded sepia coastlines, delicate hand-drawn ships, mythical sea creatures, and elegant calligraphy marking long-forgotten territories. The edges of the map, slightly uneven and softened by centuries, feel almost brittle to the touch, yet surprisingly resilient. A subtle, earthy scent of old paper, and perhaps a hint of the original dyes, floats upwards. You smooth the first map gently with the flat of your palm, feeling the cool, dry paper against your skin, allowing it to settle completely against the oak. Then, you reach for another, repeating the slow, deliberate process of unrolling. This next map, perhaps a celestial chart, reveals a darker, almost indigo background, speckled with countless tiny hand-drawn stars, their positions marked with exquisite precision. The vivid, yet faded, blues and golds create a striking contrast with the more earthy tones of the first. You arrange it carefully beside the first, allowing a slight, intentional overlap at their edges, creating a continuous landscape of historical geography. The softest whisper of paper against paper, a barely audible, Caresaway marks each adjustment. You find yourself utterly absorbed in the quiet ritual, the meticulous placement of these ancient documents. The rain outside continues its steady, rhythmic patter, a perfect accompaniment to this tranquil task. The collection of antique maps now rests, carefully arranged and smoothed, across the vast, polished surface of your oak writing desk, a silent testament to past journeys and forgotten worlds. The rich, earthy scent of old parchment and the deep, resinous aroma of the seasoned oak mingle gently in the air, creating a contemplative atmosphere. The comforting crackle of the fire and the steady drumming of the Mayfair rain continue their soft, rhythmic dance, a hushed symphony in the quiet library. Your gaze, having lingered on the intricate coastlines and elegant cartography of the maps, now shifts slightly. From a section of the desk where a few other select volumes reside, your hand reaches out, fingers extending with a gentle precision. You seek a particular volume, its substantial form familiar even before your touch. Your fingertips brush against its cool, smooth spine, feeling the subtle texture of the finely grained leather. It is an illustrated botanical atlas, a truly grand compendium of nature's artistry. With a soft, deliberate motion, you slide the heavy atlas forward, feeling its considerable weight and the slight resistance of its aged leather binding as it glides across the polished wood. The sound is barely perceptible, a faint, almost reverent whisper of material against material. You lift the atlas carefully, supporting its full weight with both hands, noticing the cool, firm presence of the thick, embossed covers. The deep, forest green leather, softened by time yet still robust, bears the subtle marks of generations of careful handling, a gentle patina that speaks of its long history. A faint, dry scent of old paper, and perhaps a hint of pressed flora, almost imperceptible, rises from its tightly bound pages. You place the atlas down gently on the cleared space of the desk, positioning it carefully beside the arranged maps. There is a soft, satisfying thud as the heavy volume settles, its weight pressing slightly into the oak surface. With a slow, unhurried movement, you carefully lift the front cover. The thick, rigid board, covered in its rich leather, opens with a soft, almost leathery creak, a sound that resonates quietly in the hushed room. The first few end papers, made of a heavy, creamy vellum, are revealed, their surface smooth and cool to the touch. Your fingers, moving with delicate precision, then reach for the first proper page. It is a substantial sheet of thick, high-quality paper, slightly off-white, and with a faint, almost tactile texture. As you gently lift the corner, there is a soft, dry rustle, a whisper of old paper separating from its neighbor. The sound is delicate and distinct, a quiet punctuation mark in the serene environment. The page turns slowly, revealing the exquisite detail of the first botanical illustration. The illustration depicts a single, perfectly rendered orchid, its delicate petals, a vibrant yet muted shade of lavender, outlined with an astonishing precision. Each vein in the leaf, each subtle curve of the stem, is captured with an almost scientific accuracy, yet imbued with an artistic grace. The colors, though centuries old, retain a remarkable depth and clarity, appearing almost alive under the soft ambient light. You trace the outline of a petal with your gaze, admiring the meticulous hand coloring that gives the image its subtle, lifelike dimensionality. You continue to turn the pages, each movement a deliberate, unhurried act. The gentle rustle of the thick paper becomes a continuous, soft rhythm, blending with the crackle of the fire and the distant patter of the rain. Each new page reveals another botanical marvel. A cluster of wild berries in shades of crimson and deep blue, their tiny forms rendered with breathtaking detail. A delicate fern, its fronds unfurling in a cascade of vibrant green. A single, elegant lily, its white petals seemingly soft enough to touch. The rich, dry scent of old paper and the deep, seasoned aroma of oak continue to linger around you. A quiet testament to the hours spent in contemplation over the antique maps and botanical atlas. The steady, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the window panes, a soothing accompaniment, seems to have deepened into a more consistent hum, a soft, pervasive presence in the tranquil library. You allow your gaze to drift from the intricate illustrations on the open pages of the atlas, feeling a gentle sense of completion settle within you. With deliberate, unhurried movements, you carefully close the heavy botanical atlas. The thick, leather-bound covers meet with a soft, almost leathery dig, a satisfying closure that echoes quietly in the hushed room. You gently slide the atlas back into its designated spot on the desk, feeling the cool, firm weight of its spine against your fingertips as it settles perfectly among its companions. Then, with a slow, graceful motion, you push back from the vast oak writing desk. The sturdy, leather-backed desk chair glides silently across the polished oak floorboards, its smooth runners making no sound. You rise, feeling the pleasant coolness of the air against your bare feet, a subtle contrast to the warmth that had gathered around you at the desk. You take a moment to simply stand, allowing the quiet dignity of the library to envelop you once more, the mingled sense of wood smoke from the fire and the faint, earthy aroma of the Persian rug rising gently to meet you. The amber liquid in the crystal tumbler on the side table by the armchair still gleams, a silent, inviting presence. Your steps are soft and measured as you begin to move away from the desk, your bare feet gliding almost imperceptibly across the smooth, cool oak. You approach the deep velvet armchair, its generous proportions and rich forest green fabric, a familiar sight of profound comfort. The radiant heat from the grand fireplace, which has been a constant, gentle companion, grows more noticeable as you draw near, a welcoming warmth against your skin. The rhythmic crackle of the oak logs, a soft, persistent sound, seems to intensify, creating a soothing, enveloping soundscape. You reach the armchair and, with a slow, deliberate motion, lower yourself back into its plush embrace. The cushions, soft and yielding, conform immediately to your form, a luxurious sigh of compressed velvet and feather fill. As you settle deeper into the armchair, feeling the exquisite softness of the velvet against your skin, a subtle shift occurs. A soft, incredibly fine fabric, draped with a gentle weight, descends over your lap. It is a cashmere throw, a masterpiece of natural luxury in a subtle dove-gray hue. The delicate fibers feel impossibly soft, a whisper-like touch that immediately begins to impart a deep, comforting warmth. You feel the subtle, even distribution of its weight, a gentle pressure that settles across your thighs and legs, a reassuring presence. The fine, almost invisible threads of the cashmere seem to breathe, adapting instantly to your body temperature. You arrange the throw with a slow, almost unconscious motion, your fingers gently smoothing its incredibly soft surface. The cashmere drapes with a natural elegance, its fine weave allowing it to fall perfectly, without a single crease or fold. The subtle, clean scent of pure cashmere, a faint, almost ethereal fragrance, rises gently, mingling with the wood smoke and rain-fresh air. The comforting weight of the throw now fully envelops your lower body, a luxurious cocoon of warmth and softness. You feel utterly at ease, held in the deep embrace of the armchair, surrounded by the quiet elegance of your Mayfair library, the soft, distant rain a hushed lullaby. The exquisite softness and comforting weight of the cashmere throw settle around you, a luxurious cocoon in the deep velvet armchair. The gentle crackle of the grand fireplace, a constant, soothing companion, and the distant, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the window panes weave a tranquil soundscape around you in the hushed library. You feel completely enveloped, a profound sense of warmth and security spreading through your body. You allow your posture to soften further, consciously releasing any lingering tension, letting your body sink deeper into the plush cushions. The deep forest green velvet, remarkably supple, seems to conform perfectly to your form, offering an exquisite, tailored support. The fine cashmere, a second skin of warmth, molds itself to the contours of your lap and legs, its gentle pressure providing a profound sense of grounded comfort. You lift a hand, your fingers slowly, almost unconsciously, smoothing a fold of the throw, feeling the almost imperceptible friction of the delicate fibers against your skin, a quiet, reassuring whisper. The air around you, rich with the blended aromas of old leather bindings, clean wood smoke, and a faint, invigorating hint of rain-fresh air, feels perfectly still, perfectly calm, a gentle breath in the quiet room. Then, from somewhere deeper within the grand Mayfair townhouse, a subtle prelude emerges, a faint, almost mechanical whirring sound, distant, yet distinct. It is a familiar, intricate sound, one that speaks of meticulously crafted gears and precise, internal mechanisms, a quiet stirring of time itself. You hold your breath almost imperceptibly, your awareness gently drawn to this unfolding moment, a slight, effortless anticipation. The soft crackle of the fire seems to subtly recede, just for an instant, in deference to the impending sound. The distant rain, a constant, unwavering rhythm, continues its gentle cadence, a steady counterpoint to the delicate whirring. A moment later, a deep, resonant da-bong echoes softly through the thick, ancient walls of the townhouse. It is the unmistakable chime of the antique grandfather clock, positioned with quiet dignity in the spacious main hall, far from the library. The sound is rich and full-bodied, yet perfectly muted by the intervening space and solid construction, arriving not as a sharp, abrupt strike, but as a gentle rolling wave of sound. The low, pleasing frequency of the chime seems to vibrate subtly in the very air of the library, a deep, resonant hum that you feel almost as much as hear, a gentle tremor against the plush velvet of your chair. A brief, lingering overtone hangs in the air, slowly decaying, a quiet ripple in the profound stillness that follows the initial strike. Then, after a perfectly timed, unhurried pause, a second bong, equally deep and resonant, follows the first, marking the hour. Each chime is spaced with an elegant deliberation, a stately, unhurried declaration of time passing, yet entirely without urgency. You listen intently to the pure, clean tone as it travels, reflecting softly off the polished marble of the gallery hall, softening further as it navigates the thick oak door of the library. The sound seems to settle into the very fabric of the house, a gentle, melodic vibration that quietly fades into the background, becoming one with the ambient quiet. The fire continues its soft, persistent crackle, and the rain outside maintains its steady, rhythmic presence, both embracing and absorbing the lingering echo of the chime. You allow the gentle, distant vibrations of the clock's chimes to settle completely within you, feeling a profound sense of temporal calm. The soft warmth of the cashmere, the deep comfort of the velvet, and the familiar grounding sense of your library cocoon you completely. The delicate sound of the clock, a quiet reminder of time's elegant passage, seems to gently dissolve into the continuous, soothing symphony of the rainy Mayfair night. The lingering, deep resonance of the grandfather clock's chimes, having echoed softly through the townhouse, now gently dissipates into the profound quiet of your library. You remain cradled in the deep velvet of the armchair. The exquisite softness and comforting weight of the cashmere throw a warm embrace across your lap, a silent, luxurious anchor in the tranquil Mayfair evening. The subtle scent of old paper and wood smoke, mingled with the distant rain, continues to perfume the air around you. You allow your posture to soften further, feeling the plush cushions of the armchair yield and conform to the contours of your body, a sensation of complete and utter support. Your gaze, having been drawn inward by the fading sounds of the clock, now begins a slow, deliberate journey outwards. It drifts naturally across the rich, dark wood of the grand fireplace, where oak logs continue their soft, rhythmic crackle, sending radiant warmth into the room. The firelight, a living, dancing presence, casts long, shifting shadows that play across the intricate patterns of the Persian rug beneath your bare feet. Your eyes then lift, drawn towards the towering mahogany bookshelves that flank the hearth, their solid forms reaching majestically towards the high, ornate ceiling. The ambient light from the bespoke wall sconces, crafted from antique bronze and frosted glass, provides a steady, gentle illumination, but it is the firelight that truly brings the books to life. It flickers and dances across the spines, revealing the nuanced textures of aged leather and the subtle gleam of gilt lettering. You feel a familiar, quiet pleasure in simply observing this vast collection, a silent testament to countless stories and forgotten wisdom. Your gaze settles on a particular section of the shelves, slightly above eye level, where your rarest first editions reside. These are volumes of exceptional provenance, their bindings often crafted from the finest Morocco leather, distinguished by their intricate, hand-tooled gilding. The leather here appears even richer, perhaps a deeper shade of burgundy or a more profound forest green, softened by centuries of careful preservation. As the firelight dances, it catches these distinguished spines in a unique, captivating display. You observe the subtle play of light and shadow across the gilded lettering. Each flicker of the flame sends a momentary, shimmering gleam across the burnished gold, illuminating a delicate title, a regal crest, or an intricate filigree pattern. The gold, now mellowed to a soft antique hue, seems to absorb and then release the light with a gentle, almost liquid quality. One moment, a particular letter or a tiny, embossed motif will catch the light with a sharp, precise glint. Then the next, it will recede into a soft, diffused glow as the fire shifts. The intricate details of the tooling, often painstakingly applied by master artisans, are momentarily highlighted, revealing the incredible precision and artistry of their creation. You trace the ethereal dance of light with your eyes, following the fleeting glints as they move across the raised bands of a particularly old volume, then across the delicate, almost microscopic patterns that adorn its corners. The firelight seems to breathe life into the static gold, making the ancient craftsmanship appear to subtly undulate, as if whispering its long history. The soft rhythmic crackle of the burning oak logs, a constant, comforting sound, seems to underscore this quiet, visual symphony, a perfect accompaniment to the dance of light on these precious bindings. The gentle warmth from the grand fireplace continues to envelop you, a subtle caress against your skin, while the incredible softness of the cashmere throw provides a profound sense of comfort. The soft, shimmering dance of firelight across the gilded spines of your rarest first editions, a mesmerizing display of fleeting gold, gently holds your gaze for a long, unhurried moment. The exquisite softness and comforting weight of the cashmere throw remains settled across your lap, a luxurious anchor in the deep velvet armchair. The rhythmic crackle of the burning oak logs and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain against the leaded glass windows continue their tranquil symphony, weaving a profound sense of calm around you in the hushed library. As the minutes gently unfold, you notice a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in the room's illumination. Your eyes slowly lift from the intricate details of the bookshelves, drawn upwards, towards the high, ornate ceiling. The ambient light from the bespoke wall sconces, usually a steady, constant glow, now seems to be subtly softened, allowing the more dynamic, living light from the grand fireplace to assert its quiet dominance. The air around you, rich with the blended aromas of old leather, wood smoke, and rain-fresh petrichor, feels perfectly still, its stillness amplifying the visual quiet. You observe the way the firelight, warm and golden, casts long, soft shadows that begin to stretch and undulate across the ceiling. These are not sharp, distinct outlines, but rather diffused, gentle forms that seem to breathe with the rhythm of the flames. A shadow cast by a tall, decorative cornice, usually a crisp line, now appears elongated and softened, its edges blurred into a gentle gradient. The faint, almost ethereal movement of these shadows creates a quiet, captivating ballet above you, a slow, unhurried performance against the expanse of the ceiling. As the evening deepens further, the external light, which had still offered a subtle, diffused presence through the rain-streaked windows, now recedes almost completely. The room becomes more intimately illuminated by its internal sources, the warm glow of the wall sconces, and, most vividly, the dancing light of the fire. This shift allows the shadows on the ceiling to grow longer, more pronounced, yet still incredibly soft. They stretch across the delicate plasterwork, tracing the subtle curves of the decorative roses and the elegant lines of the ceiling panels with an almost tender touch. Each flicker of the fire sends a ripple of movement through these shadows, a silent, continuous ebb and flow that seems to slow the very passage of time. You lean back further into the deep cushions of the armchair, feeling the velvet yield beneath you, allowing your head to rest comfortably against its soft, winged back. The warmth from the fireplace, a constant, comforting presence, now feels even more encompassing, a gentle blanket of heat against your front. You simply watch the slow, silent ballet of light and shadow unfolding above you, allowing your eyes to follow the subtle, graceful movements. The rhythmic crackle of the burning oak logs, punctuated by the faint, distant patter of the rain, forms a continuous, soothing soundtrack to this visual meditation. The soft shadows, lengthening and deepening across the high, ornate ceiling, create a profound sense of quiet and enclosure. You allow your awareness to drift with their gentle, unhurried movements, feeling the tranquil beauty of the moment settle deeply within you, a pervasive, peaceful calm in the heart of your Mayfair library on this rainy night. The soft shadows which have been lengthening and deepening across the high, ornate ceiling continue their gentle, unhurried dance above you, a visual lullaby in the deepening evening. You remain cradled in the profound comfort of the deep velvet armchair, the exquisite softness and comforting weight of the cashmere throw a warm, luxurious embrace across your lap. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain against the leaded glass windows continue their tranquil, blended symphony, weaving an unbroken spell of calm around you in the hushed library. As your gaze drifts from the subtle movements on the ceiling, a new, delicate sensation begins to register, a subtle shift in the air just beyond your immediate awareness. A faint, almost imperceptible whisper of movement, a soft rustle of fine fabric, reaches your ears, blending seamlessly with the ambient sounds. It is the familiar, unobtrusive presence of your butler, moving with practiced grace. A delicate, warm aroma, distinct from the wood smoke and old paper, now begins to gently permeate the air, a subtle, inviting fragrance that speaks of steeped leaves and quiet warmth. A moment later, a hand, impeccably gloved in soft white cotton, extends into your peripheral vision, holding a pristine porcelain teacup. The cup itself is delicate, almost translucent, its fine bone china gleaming softly in the ambient light. It is a masterpiece of understated elegance, perhaps adorned with a faint, hand-painted border of pale gold, or a subtle floral motif that catches the light. The warmth radiating from the cup is palpable, a gentle, inviting heat that promises comfort. The butler, a silent, attentive presence, carefully places the cup onto the small, intricately carved burr walnut side table beside your armchair, its soft descent marked by a barely audible delicate clink as it settles onto its matching saucer. You slowly extend your hand, your own fingers, clad in soft, fine leather gloves, reaching out towards the teacup. The leather, supple and perfectly fitted, offers a smooth, yielding surface. Your gloved fingertips brush against the delicate porcelain, feeling the immediate, delicate warmth that emanates from the cup. It is a nuanced heat, not scalding but perfectly tempered, a comforting core that spreads gently through the fine leather of your gloves and then subtly into your skin. You carefully encircle the cup, your gloved fingers finding the delicate curve of its handle, feeling the smooth, almost silken texture of the porcelain through the soft leather. You lift the teacup slowly, feeling its surprising lightness, a testament to the exquisite craftsmanship of the bone china. The delicate warmth now cradled in your gloved hands feels profoundly comforting, a small, contained source of gentle heat in the cool, quiet air. You bring the cup closer, allowing the delicate steam to rise towards your face, carrying the subtle, complex aroma of the freshly brewed tea. It is a fragrant blend of bergamot and a faint, sweet earthiness, a comforting essence that fills your senses with its refined perfume. The gentle warmth against your gloved hands, a soft, pervasive presence, seems to deepen with each passing second, a quiet, luxurious embrace. You simply hold the teacup, savoring the delicate warmth that radiates through the fine leather of your gloves, a small, perfect moment of stillness. The rhythmic crackle of the fire and the distant, persistent patter of the rain continue their soothing, unbroken rhythm, embracing you in the profound tranquility of this Mayfair evening. The delicate warmth of the porcelain teacup cradled securely in your gloved hands, continues its gentle diffusion, a small, comforting core of heat. The subtle fragrance of the freshly brewed tea, a blend of bergamot and a faint, sweet earthiness, rises steadily towards you, mingling with the familiar aromas of old leather and wood smoke. You remain settled deeply in the luxurious velvet armchair, the cashmere throw providing a soft, comforting weight across your lap, as the distant, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain continues its unbroken, tranquil song. You take a slow, deliberate breath, allowing the complex layers of scent to wash over you, each aroma distinct yet harmoniously blended. As you exhale, a new, subtle note begins to emerge in the air around you, a delicate, almost ethereal fragrance. It is a light, clean, floral scent with a distinct herbal undertone, the unmistakable aroma of dried lavender. It seems to emanate from the very heart of the armchair, a quiet, pervasive perfume that subtly enhances the already serene atmosphere. This soft, natural fragrance seems to deepen with each gentle breath you take, a calming essence that quietly permeates the air. You shift almost imperceptibly in the deep cushions of the armchair, feeling the plush velvet yield beneath you, and with this slight movement, the lavender scent seems to intensify, a gentle exhalation from the fabric. It is as if the armchair itself is breathing out this calming aroma, a hidden secret revealed by your presence. You imagine the small, carefully crafted sachet filled with dried lavender buds, nestled deep within the upholstery, a thoughtful detail designed to enhance your comfort and relaxation. The idea of this hidden source of fragrance adds another layer of quiet luxury to the moment, a subtle pleasure intended solely for your private enjoyment. The lavender's fragrance is not overpowering, but rather a soft, herbaceous whisper that gently cuts through the richer notes of wood smoke and aged paper. It brings with it a sense of quiet English gardens, of sun-warmed fields, a soothing contrast to the rainy London night beyond the windows. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the delicate scent to fill your senses completely, feeling a profound sense of peace settle over you. The warmth from the porcelain teacup in your gloved hands feels even more comforting now, a grounding presence amidst the ethereal fragrance. The fine leather of your gloves, a smooth, soft barrier, subtly diffuses the heat, making it perfectly tempered against your skin. You open your eyes slowly, your gaze soft and unhurried. The firelight dances across the polished mahogany bookshelves, sending gentle glimmers across the gilded spines, while the distant, continuous patter of the rain remains a steady, rhythmic presence. The subtle fragrance of dried lavender, now fully integrated into the library's unique olfactory tapestry, continues to emanate gently from the depths of the armchair, a constant, calming companion. You simply rest, allowing the profound quiet and the delicate, blended aromas to envelop you completely, feeling a deep, unhurried sense of tranquility settle within your Mayfair sanctuary. The delicate warmth of the porcelain teacup, cradled in your gloved hands, continues its gentle diffusion, a comforting core of heat that has settled deeply into your awareness. The subtle fragrance of dried lavender, emanating from the depths of the velvet armchair, now blends seamlessly with the rich aromas of old leather and wood smoke. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace remains a soft, persistent presence, while the distant, continuous patter of the Mayfair rain against the leaded glass windows has become a steady, unwavering hum, a constant, soothing backdrop to the tranquil library. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the harmonious blend of sensations to wash over you completely. The exquisite softness and comforting weight of the cashmere throw across your lap, the luxurious embrace of the velvet armchair, the gentle warmth of the teacup, and the layered aromas all contribute to a profound sense of peace. You feel your muscles relax further, a gradual softening throughout your body as any lingering tension gently dissipates. The outside world, with its demands and distractions, feels incredibly distant, softened by the thick walls of your townhouse and the enveloping sounds of the evening. As you slowly open your eyes, your gaze is no longer focused on any single object, but rather takes in the room as a whole, a soft, diffused awareness. The firelight dances across the ceiling, its long, soft shadows performing their silent, unhurried ballet, a visual counterpart to the pervasive calm. The air around you feels still and heavy with serenity, each subtle shift in temperature or scent a gentle confirmation of your tranquil surroundings. You find yourself drifting, not towards sleep, but into a quiet reverie, a state of peaceful contemplation where thoughts gently ebb and flow without urgency or demand. The persistent rain outside, now a steady, unbroken rhythm, truly becomes a soothing backdrop, an integral part of this tranquil atmosphere. Its soft, continuous drumbeat against the window panes creates a subtle, almost hypnotic effect. Each individual droplet, as it merges into the larger flow down the glass, contributes to a collective sound that washes over you, a gentle cascade of liquid whispers. You listen without conscious effort, allowing the sound to simply sui tu pos, a soft, natural white noise that seems to gently smooth away any stray thoughts, inviting a deeper sense of internal quiet. The distant hum of the city, usually a faint presence, even on rainy nights, seems utterly absorbed by the rain's steady rhythm, leaving only the tranquil sound of water. You feel a profound sense of being suspended in time, held gently between the warmth of the fire and the coolness of the rain, surrounded by the quiet dignity of your library. The comforting weight of the cashmere throw and the delicate warmth of the porcelain teacup in your gloved hands are grounding presences, subtle anchors in this deepening state of reverie. The fragrance of lavender, old paper, and wood smoke continues to weave its gentle spell, a quiet tapestry of aromas. The rhythmic patter of the rain, now a continuous, unbroken hush, becomes a soft, pervasive presence, gently lulling your senses. You drift further into this quiet reverie, feeling the serene tranquility of the Mayfair night settle deeply within you, a profound and unhurried calm. The persistent, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain, which has been a soft, unwavering backdrop to your tranquil reverie, now begins to subtly intertwine with another, even more delicate sound. You remain deeply settled in the luxurious embrace of the velvet armchair, the cashmere throw a comforting weight across your lap, and the porcelain teacup, now perhaps set gently on its saucer beside you, its warmth a lingering memory on your gloved fingers. The subtle fragrance of dried lavender, mingled with old leather and wood smoke, continues to perfume the still air of your library. As your awareness drifts, a new, ethereal whisper emerges from beyond the leaded glass windows. It is the soft, rhythmic breath of the wind, a gentle sigh that brushes against the sturdy, ancient brickwork of your townhouse. This is not a harsh, blustery gale, but a subtle, almost melodic current of air, a quiet presence that seems to weave itself through the constant drumming of the rain. You notice how this new sound arrives, not as an intrusion, but as a deepening layer in the symphony of the rainy night, a soft, natural exhalation that blends seamlessly with the existing quiet. The fire in the grand fireplace continues its gentle crackle, a warm, constant counterpoint to the subtle coolness implied by the wind outside. You feel the profound solidity of the library walls around you, the thick, centuries-old construction of your Mayfair townhouse. The leaded glass window panes, though offering a clear view of the rain, are themselves thick and robust, set deep within their oak frames, designed to withstand the caprices of London weather. The subtle whisper of the wind outside registers as a faint, almost distant caress against these sturdy barriers. You perceive it as a gentle pressure, a diffused murmur that seems to glide over the outer surfaces, never penetrating the profound calm within. The sound is a low, consistent sheed, a soft, airy friction that seems to sweep over the rooftops and along the mews, a quiet, pervasive presence that confirms your secure enclosure. Your gaze drifts towards the rain-streaked window, but your focus is internal, on the feeling of being perfectly protected. The firelight, still dancing on the gilded spines of your rarest first editions, seems to glow with an even warmer, more intimate intensity, a visual representation of the comfort that surrounds you. The cashmere throw, incredibly soft and light, yet surprisingly warm, feels like a second skin, a gentle barrier against any hint of external chill. You run a gloved thumb over its delicate fibers, feeling the subtle texture, a quiet reaffirmation of your luxurious comfort. The combined scents of the library, the dry, sweet notes of old paper, the deep, resinous aroma of mahogany, the cleansing petrichor, and the calming lavender, create a rich, enveloping olfactory tapestry that grounds you further in this moment of peace. The soft, rhythmic whisper of the wind, now a continuous, gentle whoosh against the exterior of your home, becomes a hypnotic companion to the persistent rain. It is a sound that speaks of the vastness outside, yet simultaneously emphasizes the intimate, protected sanctuary you inhabit. You feel utterly safe, completely at ease, as these natural rhythms of the evening wash over you. The subtle, pervasive presence of the wind, weaving through the steady rain, seems to gently rock your awareness, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil night. The soft, rhythmic whisper of the wind, weaving through the persistent patter of the Mayfair rain, has settled into a continuous, soothing presence, a gentle outer layer to the profound calm within your library. You remain deeply nestled in the velvet armchair, the cashmere throw a comforting weight, and the delicate fragrance of lavender subtly permeating the air. The crackle of the grand fireplace, a steady, warm companion, continues its quiet rhythm, completing the serene soundscape. As you drift deeper into this tranquil reverie, your gaze, once diffused, now gently settles upon the leaded glass window panes. The rain continues its steady descent, creating shimmering trails and sheets of water across the glass, obscuring the view of the quiet Mews Street beyond. But now, a new, subtle visual phenomenon begins to emerge, a delicate transformation on the interior surface of the glass. You notice a faint, almost imperceptible mist beginning to form, a delicate veil against the cool panes. This is the gentle condensation, a quiet breath of the room's warmth meeting the cool surface of the glass. You watch as tiny, microscopic droplets of moisture slowly coalesce, appearing as a delicate, ethereal haze at first. They are not yet large enough to run, but rather cling to the glass, creating a soft, diffused film that subtly blurs the already softened view of the outside world. The firelight, dancing on the gilded spines of your rarest first editions, now seems to shimmer with a softer, more atmospheric glow as it passes through this nascent mist, creating a subtle, internal halo around the room's edges. You lean back further into the deep cushions of the armchair, feeling the plush velvet yield completely to your form, a luxurious surrender to its profound comfort. The exquisite softness of the cashmere throw, light yet incredibly warm, settles even more intimately around your legs, a subtle pressure that grounds you in the moment. You consciously slow your breathing, allowing the cool, clean scent of petrichor, which still subtly filters in, to mingle with the warmer, richer aromas of wood smoke, old paper, and calming lavender. Each breath is a gentle, unhurried intake of this tranquil atmosphere. Your gaze remains fixed on the window panes, observing the slow, almost imperceptible progression of the condensation. You watch as the individual misty patches slowly grow, expanding their delicate reach across the glass. In some areas where the glass might be fractionally cooler, the droplets appear denser, creating a slightly thicker, more opaque film. The leaded framework, which previously divided the view into clear sections, now seems to hold these misty tableaux, each pane a small, framed canvas of soft, diffused light and subtle condensation. The rhythmic patter of the rain outside, a continuous, gentle call air, seems to encourage this delicate process, a quiet collaboration between the elements. You find yourself absorbed in this quiet observation, allowing the subtle, slow formation of the condensation to become a focal point for your drifting awareness. The gentle, almost imperceptible changes on the glass surface are profoundly calming, a slow, natural unfolding that requires no effort, no thought, only quiet presence. The warmth from the grand fireplace, a steady, comforting presence, contrasts beautifully with the visual coolness of the condensing glass, creating a perfect balance within the serene space. The gentle condensation, now a soft, pervasive veil across the cool glass of your window panes, blurs the edges of the outside world, drawing your senses deeper into the quiet, protected sanctuary of your library. The persistent rain and the soft whisper of the wind outside continue their soothing rhythm, gently lulling you into an even more profound, unhurried calm. The gentle condensation, now a soft, pervasive veil across the cool glass of your window panes, subtly blurs the edges of the outside world, drawing your senses deeper into the quiet, protected sanctuary of your library. You remain nestled deeply in the velvet armchair, the cashmere throw a comforting weight across your lap, its exquisite softness a constant reassurance. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace, a steady, warm companion, and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain continue their tranquil, blended symphony, weaving an unbroken spell of calm around you. As your gaze softens, no longer focused on the delicate mist forming on the glass, but rather drifting beyond it, a faint, almost imperceptible shift in the air registers. The subtle whisper of the wind, which has been a soft, rhythmic presence outside, seems to carry a new, distinct nuance. It is an aroma that rises from below, a pure, earthy fragrance that speaks of nature's quiet embrace. You take a slow, deliberate breath, allowing this new scent to gently permeate your awareness, a grounding essence that cuts through the richer, more enclosed aromas of the library. You shift slightly in the deep cushions of the armchair, feeling the plush velvet yield and conform to your form, a luxurious surrender. Your head, resting against the soft, winged back, turns almost imperceptibly towards the lower section of the leaded glass window, the one that overlooks your private courtyard garden. The glass here is still streaked with rain, the external world, a muted, softened tableau of dark foliage and wet stone, dimly illuminated by the distant glow of a hidden garden lantern. You can just discern the dark, glistening leaves of ivy clinging to the ancient brick walls, and the shadowy forms of wet shrubs, their branches heavy with rain. From this small, enclosed garden, a truly delicate scent begins to rise, carried upwards on the cool, damp air. It is the subtle, unmistakable fragrance of damp earth, rich and clean, a profound aroma of soil, freshly quenched by the persistent rain. This is not the sharp, invigorating scent of petrichor, which is more fleeting, but a deeper, more enduring essence of wet loam and decaying leaves, a natural perfume that speaks of life and quiet growth. It filters gently through the subtle, almost imperceptible vents that allow the townhouse to breathe, mingling with the existing aromas of old paper, polished mahogany, and the faint, calming lavender from your armchair. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing this pure, earthy scent to fill your senses completely. It is a profound, grounding fragrance, connecting you to the natural world outside, even as you remain perfectly warm and dry within your luxurious sanctuary. The subtle coolness implied by the damp earth scent creates a beautiful, refreshing contrast to the radiant warmth of the grand fireplace, which continues its soft, rhythmic crackle. The exquisite softness of the cashmere throw, light yet incredibly warm, enhances this feeling of protected comfort, a delicate barrier between your inner tranquility and the serene, rainy night beyond. The subtle scent of damp earth, rising gently from your private courtyard garden below, now blends completely into the quiet atmosphere of your Mayfair library. This earthy fragrance, mingling with the persistent rain and the soft whisper of the wind outside, seems to deepen the sense of profound peace, inviting a further, unhurried drift into tranquil repose. The subtle scent of damp earth, rising gently from your private courtyard garden, now blends completely into the quiet atmosphere of your Mayfair library, a grounding aroma that deepens the sense of profound peace. You remain deeply nestled in the velvet armchair, the cashmere throw a comforting weight across your lap, its exquisite softness a constant reassurance. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace, a steady, warm companion, and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain continue their tranquil blended symphony, weaving an unbroken spell of calm around you. As your awareness drifts, softly held by the combined sensory tapestry of the room, your gaze slowly lifts. It travels upwards, past the towering mahogany bookshelves and the warm glow of the wall sconces, towards the high, ornate ceiling. The firelight, which has been dancing on the gilded spines, now casts long, fluid shadows that stretch and recede across the expanse above, a silent, unhurried ballet. You allow your eyes to settle on the intricate patterns of the ceiling plasterwork, the delicate rosettes, the elegant cornices, and the subtle, almost invisible curves of the decorative panels. At first you observe the precise details, the meticulous craftsmanship of the plasterwork, noting the fine lines and subtle relief. But as your mind softens, gently releasing its grip on focused attention, your gaze begins to unfocus. The sharp edges of the patterns soften, blurring into a more generalized, flowing artistry. The individual rosettes no longer stand out as distinct entities, but rather merge into a continuous, undulating flow of form and texture. The intricate details become less about specific shapes and more about the overall impression, a vast, complex tapestry of light and shadow. You lean back further into the deep cushions of the armchair, feeling the plush velvet yield completely to your form, a luxurious surrender. The exquisite softness of the cashmere throw, light yet incredibly warm, settles even more intimately around your legs, its subtle pressure providing a profound sense of grounded comfort. You consciously slow your breathing, allowing the cool, clean scent of petrichor, which still subtly filters in, to mingle with the warmer, richer aromas of wood smoke, old paper, calming lavender, and the damp earth. Each breath is a gentle, unhurried intake of this tranquil atmosphere, a deepening of the internal quiet. The firelight, still dancing and flickering, seems to interact differently with the unfocused patterns. The long, soft shadows which were previously observed for their distinct movements now become more ethereal, more dreamlike. They flow and merge across the blurred plasterwork, creating a continuous, gentle undulation of light and dark. The subtle variations in the ceiling's relief, once distinct, now contribute to a larger, more abstract impression of movement, a slow, mesmerizing dance that requires no interpretation, only observation. The rhythmic crackle of the burning oak logs, punctuated by the faint, distant patter of the rain, forms a continuous, soothing soundtrack to this visual meditation, a gentle, hypnotic hum that seems to encourage the unfocused gaze. You allow your eyes to remain soft, passively absorbing the gentle play of light and shadow on the intricate yet now blurred patterns of the ceiling plasterwork. The profound quiet of the library, enhanced by the comforting warmth of the fire and the exquisite softness of the cashmere, holds you in a state of deep, unhurried tranquility. The outside world, with its persistent rain and soft whisper of wind, feels utterly distant, absorbed into this serene, inner space. The intricate patterns of the ceiling plasterwork, now softened and blurred by your unfocused gaze, continue their gentle, unhurried dance of light and shadow above you. You remain deeply nestled in the luxurious embrace of the velvet armchair. The cashmere throw a comforting weight across your lap, its exquisite softness, a constant reassurance. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace, a steady, warm companion, and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain continue their tranquil, blended symphony, weaving an unbroken spell of calm around you. The subtle scent of damp earth, mingled with lavender, old leather, and wood smoke, creates a rich, enveloping olfactory tapestry. As your external focus softens, gently releasing its hold on the visual world, your awareness begins to turn inward, drawn by a more fundamental, intimate rhythm. You become acutely aware of the slow, even cadence of your own breath, a gentle, internal current that has been flowing steadily, unnoticed, throughout the tranquil evening. This is not a conscious effort, but a natural shift, as if the profound quiet of the library has now allowed this deepest of rhythms to emerge into your perception. You feel the subtle rise and fall of your chest, a gentle, unhurried expansion and contraction that is both effortless and profound. With each inhalation, a faint, cool sensation registers at the tip of your nose, carrying the blended aromas of the room, the dry sweetness of old paper, the warmth of wood smoke, the subtle earthiness of rain, and the calming hint of lavender. This cool, fresh air fills your lungs, a gentle, internal cleansing that seems to deepen the sense of peace within. The exquisite softness of the cashmere throw, light, yet incredibly warm, rises and falls almost imperceptibly with your breath, a silent, synchronous movement that enhances the feeling of profound rest. As you exhale, a subtle warmth passes over your lips, a gentle release that seems to carry away any lingering thought or tension. The sound of your own breath, a soft rhythmic sha, becomes a quiet, internal whisper, blending seamlessly with the external sounds of the crackling fire and the distant, persistent rain. It is a deeply personal rhythm, a constant, unwavering pulse of life that is now the focal point of your calm. The velvet of the armchair, which has conformed perfectly to your body, now feels like an extension of your own relaxed form, supporting every subtle movement of your breathing. You find yourself absorbed in this quiet internal observation, allowing the slow, even rhythm of your breath to become a gentle, hypnotic anchor. Each inhalation is a quiet intake of calm, each exhalation a soft release of the day. The firelight dancing on the ceiling now feels like an external echo of your internal rhythm, its gentle flickering a visual counterpart to the steady flow of your breath. The distant sounds of the Mayfair night, the rain and the soft whisper of the wind, now seem to recede further, becoming almost entirely absorbed by the profound, internal rhythm of your own being. The slow, even rhythm of your breath, now a profound focal point of calm, fills your internal landscape. You feel utterly at peace, deeply connected to this fundamental rhythm, as the tranquil quiet of the library and the gentle sounds of the rainy Mayfair night cradle you in a state of profound, unhurried repose. The slow, even rhythm of your own breath, now a profound focal point of calm, continues its gentle, internal current. Harmonizing with the tranquil sounds of the library, you remain deeply nestled in the luxurious embrace of the velvet armchair. The cashmere throw a comforting weight across your lap, its exquisite softness a constant reassurance. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace, a steady, warm companion, and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain continue their tranquil blended symphony, weaving an unbroken spell of calm around you. The subtle scent of damp earth, mingled with lavender, old leather, and wood smoke, creates a rich, enveloping olfactory tapestry. As your awareness softly floats in this profound state of repose, a gentle impulse arises, a quiet suggestion to shift. You take one last slow, deep breath, allowing the blended aromas to fill your senses, and then, with a deliberate, unhurried motion, you begin to slowly push up from the deep cushions of the armchair. The plush velvet yields beneath you with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh, a gentle release that speaks of its deep comfort. The exquisite softness of the cashmere throw, which has been draped across your lap, slides gently downwards, pooling silently onto the thick Persian rug at your feet, its delicate fibers making no sound. Your feet, still bare, now find the cool, polished oak floorboards that extend from beneath the armchair. The sudden coolness against your soles is a refreshing, grounding sensation, a subtle contrast to the warmth that had enveloped your legs beneath the cashmere. You pause for a moment, allowing your body to adjust to this new upright posture, feeling the familiar sense of balance and stability. The firelight, still dancing on the ceiling, now seems to shimmer with a slightly different quality, its movements more distinct as your perspective shifts. With a slow, fluid motion, you slide your feet into your waiting slippers, their soft, supple leather a familiar comfort. The plush, interior lining of the slippers, perhaps of fine sheepskin or a soft wool, cradles your feet, providing an immediate, gentle warmth. The subtle of the leather against the polished oak floorboards is barely audible, a quiet whisper that blends into the ambient sounds of the room. You take a full, unhurried step forward, feeling the soft, cushioned support of the slippers beneath you. Your first step brings you onto the thick Persian rug, its deep pile cushioning your movement. The plush wool yields softly beneath your slippers, absorbing every trace of sound, creating an almost reverent silence. You feel the intricate patterns of the hand-knotted wool, a familiar texture, gently pressing against the soft soles of your slippers, a subtle, tactile reassurance. Each subsequent step is equally unhurried, a slow, deliberate progression across the rich, muted jewel tones of the carpet. The firelight, dancing and flickering, casts long, soft shadows that stretch and recede across the intricate patterns of the rug, making them appear to subtly undulate with your movement. You simply walk, slowly, and with a profound sense of ease, across the plush pile of the carpet, feeling its luxurious softness with each step. The rhythmic crackle of the fire and the distant, persistent patter of the rain continue their tranquil symphony, embracing you in the deep, unhurried calm of your Mayfair library on this rainy night. Each step is a quiet affirmation of the serene moment, a gentle forward movement in the heart of your protected sanctuary. The plush pile of the carpet yields softly beneath your slippers with each unhurried step, a gentle cushioning that absorbs all sound as you move away from the deep comfort of the armchair. The rhythmic crackle of the grand fireplace and the distant, persistent patter of the Mayfair rain continue their tranquil, blended symphony, weaving an unbroken spell of calm around you in the hushed library. The subtle scent of damp earth, mingled with lavender, old leather, and wood smoke, creates a rich, enveloping olfactory tapestry. You approach the heavy oak library door, its familiar presence a warm, solid silhouette in the ambient light. Your hand reaches out, fingers gently curling around the cool, smooth brass of the doorknob. The polished metal offers a faint chill that contrasts subtly with the warmth of the room you are about to leave. With a soft, deliberate turn, the mechanism engages, and you feel the satisfying weight of the door as it begins to pivot inward. The precise, almost inaudible sigh of the well-oiled hinges is the only sound, a testament to the meticulous care given to every detail in your home. As the library door opens fully, a slightly cooler, yet equally hushed, air greets you. You step over the threshold, your slippers gliding silently from the plush rug onto the smooth, cool surface of the polished marble floor of the gallery hall. The air here feels subtly different, perhaps a fraction cooler, and the diffused light from the hidden cornices casts long, soft shadows that stretch across the expansive space. The distant sounds of the rain and the fire seem to recede further, becoming even more muted, absorbed by the grand dimensions of the hall. You begin to move, slowly and with a profound sense of ease, gliding through the dimly lit corridor that connects the library to the deeper, quieter parts of your townhouse. The polished marble floor, a continuous expanse of creamy white with subtle, almost invisible gray veins, feels cool and incredibly solid beneath your slippers. Each soft step is absorbed completely, generating no sound, only a gentle, almost imperceptible pressure beneath your feet. The corridor itself is a study in understated elegance, its walls adorned with a few select antique prints in dark, simple frames, their details softened by the low light. As you progress through the corridor, the silence deepens with each soft step. The ambient light, already dim, seems to recede further, creating long, deep shadows that cling to the corners and stretch along the wall panels. The subtle aromas of the library, old paper, wood smoke, lavender, begin to gently fade, replaced by a fainter, cleaner scent of old stone and perhaps a hint of polished wood from the occasional piece of antique furniture that graces the hall. The air feels still and cool, a gentle caress against your skin, a clear indication of the deepening night. The only sounds now are the incredibly distant, rhythmic patter of the rain, a mere whisper against the exterior walls, and the almost imperceptible tick-tock of a distant clock, so faint it could almost be imagined. You feel completely enveloped by the profound quiet, a serene stillness that seems to press gently against your ears, inviting a deeper sense of internal calm. Each soft step you take seems to draw you further into this hushed embrace, a silent procession through the tranquil depths of your Mayfair townhouse. The silence deepens with each soft step through the dimly lit corridor, a profound, enveloping stillness that cradles you in its tranquil embrace. The distant rain and the faint rhythmic pulse of a far-off clock now blend seamlessly into this deep quiet, guiding you gently into the unhurried calm of the deepening night. The profound quiet of the dimly lit corridor, which deepened with each soft step of your slippers, now begins to gently recede as you approach the end of the hall. The distant, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the exterior walls, a mere whisper, and the faint tick-tock of a far-off clock blend into the pervasive stillness, creating a deep sense of tranquil anticipation. The cool, polished marble beneath your feet offers a familiar, grounding sensation, a subtle contrast to the warmth of the library you left behind. You reach the entrance to your expansive master bedroom, a wide, arched doorway that promises a new realm of quiet comfort. A distinctly softer, more intimate light spills gently from within, a warm, inviting glow that seems to draw you forward. The subtle aromas of old stone and polished wood from the corridor begin to fade, replaced by a delicate, clean scent that speaks of fresh linen and a hint of something subtly floral, an essence of peaceful repose. You pause for a moment at the threshold, allowing your senses to adjust, feeling the subtle shift in the air temperature, a fraction warmer and more still within the bedroom. Your slippers glide silently across the threshold, transitioning from the cool marble of the hall onto the deep, plush pile of a thick, custom-woven carpet that covers the entire floor of the master bedroom. The carpet, in a muted shade of sage green, feels incredibly soft and yielding beneath your feet, absorbing every trace of sound, creating an immediate sense of profound quiet. Each step is cushioned, a gentle sinking into luxurious comfort. The room itself is vast, its high ceilings and generous proportions conveying a sense of serene spaciousness, yet it feels intimately warm and welcoming. The master bedroom is bathed in the soft, diffused glow of bedside lamps, their light carefully calibrated to create an atmosphere of utmost tranquility. Two elegant table lamps, crafted from polished alabaster with shades of delicate cream silk, sit on either side of your grand four-poster bed. Their light is warm and inviting, casting soft, elongated shadows that play gently across the ceiling and the rich, dark wood of the antique furnishings. The light is focused yet expansive, creating pools of gentle illumination while leaving the further reaches of the room in a soft, comforting dimness. You notice the way the light catches the subtle sheen of the silk curtains, drawn closed against the rainy night, their heavy fabric promising complete privacy and insulation. Your gaze drifts towards the magnificent four-poster bed, its towering posts carved from dark, aged walnut, draped with sheer, ivory silk canopies that soften its grandeur. The crisp, white linen sheets, visible beneath a cashmere duvet, appear exquisitely inviting, promising profound rest. The subtle scent of freshly laundered linen, clean and pure, now mingles with the faint floral notes, creating a deeply calming aroma that fills the air around you. The distant rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the windows, now even more muffled by the thick curtains, becomes a barely perceptible soothing hum, a gentle lullaby. You simply stand in the center of your expansive master bedroom, enveloped by the soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps, feeling the plush carpet beneath your slippers. The profound quiet of the room, punctuated only by the distant rain, settles deeply within you, inviting a complete and unhurried surrender to the tranquil promise of the night. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, creating an atmosphere of profound calm. The plush carpet, a deep sage green, cushions each soft step of your slippers, absorbing all sound and deepening the quiet. The distant, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the windows, muffled by thick silk curtains, is a barely perceptible, soothing hum, a gentle lullaby for the deepening night. The subtle scent of fresh linen and a hint of something floral perfumes the still air around you. Your gaze, having swept across the room's serene spaciousness, now settles upon the grand four-poster bed, its towering posts carved from dark, aged walnut. The sheer, ivory silk canopies, draped with elegant precision, soften its impressive presence, creating a delicate, ethereal frame around the sleeping area. It is a vision of ultimate comfort, a promise of profound rest. The light from the bedside lamps, carefully positioned, illuminates the bed with a soft, inviting radiance, highlighting its exquisite details. The most inviting sight is the freshly turned down linen sheets. The top layer of the cashmere duvet, a soft, muted gray, has been meticulously folded back, revealing the pristine white linen beneath. The crisp, clean fabric of the sheets appears incredibly smooth and cool to the eye, its surface almost luminous in the soft light. You can almost feel the fine, cool threads of the linen against your skin, a sensation of pure, natural luxury. The edges of the turned-down sheet are impossibly neat, a testament to the meticulous care taken in preparing your bed for the night. You begin to move slowly towards the bed, your slippers gliding silently across the plush carpet. Each step is unhurried, a gentle progression towards the promise of deep repose. As you draw nearer, the subtle scent of freshly laundered linen intensifies, a pure, clean aroma that fills your senses with its comforting essence. It is a fragrance that speaks of freshness and meticulous care, a quiet assurance of ultimate comfort. The soft, diffused light from the bedside lamps casts gentle, shifting shadows around the bed, making the silk canopies appear to subtly undulate, as if breathing. You reach the side of the bed, pausing for a moment to simply observe the inviting sight before you. The pristine white linen, so perfectly smooth, seems to beckon. You notice the faint, almost imperceptible texture of the linen weave, visible in the soft light. A subtle variation in the fabric that speaks of its natural origin and high quality. The soft, comforting weight of the cashmere duvet, folded neatly at the foot of the bed, looks incredibly tempting, a promise of enveloping warmth. The grand, dark walnut posts of the bed frame stand tall and majestic, providing a sense of secure enclosure, a private sanctuary within your sanctuary. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain outside, now a mere whisper, seems to merge with the profound quiet of the room, creating a seamless, soothing atmosphere. You stand by the bed, enveloped by the soft glow and the clean, calming scent of linen, feeling a deep, unhurried sense of tranquility settle within you, a quiet invitation to surrender to the peaceful night. The inviting sight of freshly turned-down linen sheets, pristine and cool, on your grand four-poster bed fills your vision, a promise of deep, unhurried rest. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, while the plush carpet cushions each soft step of your slippers, absorbing all sound. The distant, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain, muffled by thick silk curtains, is a barely perceptible, soothing hum, a gentle lullaby for the deepening night. The subtle scent of fresh linen and a hint of something floral perfumes the still air around you. You stand beside the bed, feeling the profound quiet of the room settle deeply within you, a gentle invitation to surrender to the peaceful night. Your silk dressing gown, a garment of exquisite craftsmanship, feels light and smooth against your skin, its luxurious fabric a familiar comfort. The deep, rich hue of the silk, perhaps a midnight blue or a dark forest green, catches the soft lamplight in subtle, shifting sheens, a quiet dance of color and texture. The wide flowing sleeves and the gentle drape of the fabric around your form create a sense of effortless elegance. With a slow, deliberate motion, you reach for the silken sash that cinches the dressing gown at your waist. Your fingers, moving with unhurried precision, gently untie the knot. There is a soft, almost imperceptible motion times as the silk sash loosens, its smooth fabric sliding easily through the loops. The release of the sash allows the dressing gown to fall open slightly, a gentle sigh of fabric that reveals the soft, cool air against your skin beneath. The subtle scent of the silk, a delicate, clean aroma, rises gently, mingling with the fresh linen and floral notes of the room. You then begin to slowly draw the dressing gown from your shoulders. The smooth, cool silk glides effortlessly downwards, a luxurious caress against your arms and back. There is a faint, almost liquid whisper as the fabric detaches from your skin, a sensation of lightness and freedom. You feel the subtle shift in air temperature as the silk slips away, a refreshing coolness that spreads gently across your shoulders and torso. The weight of the gown, though light, is palpable as it gathers at your elbows, then your wrists, before pooling softly in your hands. With a final unhurried movement, you gently lower the silk dressing gown. The exquisite fabric settles onto the dark, polished walnut of the bedside bench with a soft, almost imperceptible thud, its folds gracefully arranged, a silent cascade of deep, rich color against the darker wood. The silk shimmers softly in the lamplight, a quiet presence that echoes the luxurious comfort of the room. You stand now feeling the soft, cool air against your skin, a sensation of complete readiness for the profound rest that awaits. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain outside, now a mere whisper, seems to merge with the profound quiet of the room, creating a seamless, soothing atmosphere. You feel utterly at ease, enveloped by the soft glow and the clean, calming scent of linen. A deep, unhurried sense of tranquility settling within you, a quiet invitation to surrender to the peaceful night. The soft, cool air against your skin, a refreshing sensation after removing your silk dressing gown, signals a gentle transition towards deeper rest. The plush carpet cushions each soft step of your slippers as you stand by the grand four-poster bed, its freshly turned-down linen sheets, a pristine, inviting sight. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, while the distant, rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain, muffled by thick silk curtains, is a barely perceptible, soothing hum, a gentle lullaby for the deepening night. The subtle scent of fresh linen and a hint of something floral perfumes the still air around you, promising profound repose. With a slow, unhurried motion, you take the final step towards the bed, your slippers sinking into the deep pile of the carpet. You reach out, your fingers gently touching the crisp, cool edge of the pristine white linen sheet. The fabric feels exquisitely smooth and cool against your fingertips, a sensation of pure, natural luxury. You feel the subtle texture of the linen weave, fine and delicate, a testament to its high quality. The light from the bedside lamps catches the folds of the turned-down sheet, highlighting its perfect neatness, a quiet invitation to surrender to its comfort. You then gently slide your slippers from your feet, feeling the soft, plush lining release its embrace. The slippers settle silently onto the thick carpet beside the bed, their presence a soft, dark shape against the muted sage green. Your bare feet now meet the cool, smooth surface of the linen sheet as you carefully swing your legs onto the bed. The sensation is immediate and profoundly refreshing, a crisp coolness that spreads gently across your soles and up your calves, a comforting contrast to the warmth of the room. The soft rustle of the linen as your weight settles onto the mattress is barely audible, a quiet whisper that blends into the ambient sounds of the room. You lie back slowly, allowing your body to sink into the luxurious depth of the mattress. The mattress, firm yet yielding, provides an exquisite level of support, conforming gently to the contours of your form. The crisp, cool linen sheets envelop you, their smooth fabric feeling incredibly soft and inviting against your skin. You feel the subtle weight of the cashmere duvet, already folded back, a promise of enveloping warmth should you need it later. The sheer ivory silk canopies, draped from the towering walnut posts of the four-poster bed, create a soft, ethereal enclosure around you, a private sanctuary of peace. With a final, unhurried movement, you shift slightly, adjusting yourself for ultimate comfort. Your head settles onto the pristine white pillow, its plump, downy fill cradling your head with exquisite softness. You then turn your head gently to the side, pressing your cheek against the cool, crisp linen of the pillowcase. The sensation is one of profound refreshment, a crisp coolness that immediately soothes and calms. The fine, smooth linen feels incredibly soft against your skin, its cool surface, a perfect complement to the quiet warmth of the room. A faint, clean scent of freshly laundered linen, pure and subtle, rises gently from the pillow, a delicate perfume of repose. You lie still, feeling the cool, crisp linen against your cheek, a sensation that seems to draw any lingering warmth from your skin, leaving behind a profound sense of calm. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain outside, now a mere whisper, seems to merge seamlessly with the profound quiet of the room, gently lulling you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. The cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradles your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort as you lie nestled in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, while the plush carpet absorbs every sound, deepening the quiet. The subtle scent of fresh linen and a hint of something floral perfumes the still air around you, promising deep, unhurried rest. You feel the firm yet yielding support of the mattress beneath you, conforming gently to the contours of your body. The crisp, cool linen sheets feel exquisitely soft against your skin, a sensation of pure, natural luxury. The sheer, ivory silk canopies, draped from the towering walnut posts of the bed, create a soft, ethereal enclosure around you. A private sanctuary of peace within your sanctuary. The cashmere duvet, folded neatly at the foot of the bed, remains a silent promise of enveloping warmth should the need arise. As you lie utterly still, your senses begin to tune in to the subtle nuances of the deepening night. The rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the windows, which had been a gentle, muffled hum, now seems to recede even further, becoming a barely perceptible whisper. It is as if the thick silk curtains and the solid, ancient walls of your townhouse have absorbed almost all of its sound, leaving only the faintest echo, a delicate coquin that is barely there. This profound muffling creates an extraordinary sense of insulation, a complete separation from the world beyond. Beyond the immediate quiet of your bedroom, you begin to discern the incredibly distant, muffled sounds of London settling into its rainy night slumber. These are not distinct noises, but rather a soft, generalized hum, a deep, pervasive undertone that speaks of a vast city slowly quieting itself. You catch the faintest, almost imagined, echo of a distant motor car, its engine sound softened to a mere murmur, a low thrum that quickly fades into the pervasive quiet. It is a sound so attenuated, so diffused by distance and the rain-soaked atmosphere, that it feels more like a memory of sound than an actual presence. You listen without conscious effort, allowing these incredibly subtle, distant sounds to simply wash over you. There is the occasional, almost imperceptible, whoosh of a bus or a carriage passing many streets away, its movement reduced to a fleeting breath of air against the wet pavement. Perhaps the soft, indistinct clatter of a faraway gate, or the muted, this-going doos of a closing door, each sound so faint it is almost swallowed by the vastness of the city's quietude. These are sounds that do not demand attention, but rather invite a deeper surrender to the stillness, subtle confirmations of a world slowly drifting into sleep. The profound quiet of your master bedroom, punctuated only by the distant, muffled sounds of London, now feels utterly complete. You are enveloped in a cocoon of peace, feeling the cool, crisp linen against your cheek, and the gentle rhythm of the rain in the city's slumber, gently lulling you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. The subtle scent of fresh linen, clean and pure, fills your senses, a delicate perfume of profound rest. The distant muffled sounds of London, settling into its rainy night slumber, now fade even further into the background, becoming almost imperceptible, a mere memory of sound. You lie nestled in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, while the plush carpet absorbs every sound, deepening the quiet. The subtle scent of fresh linen and a hint of something floral perfumes the still air around you, promising deep, unhurried rest. You feel the firm yet yielding support of the mattress beneath you, conforming gently to the contours of your body. The crisp, cool linen sheets feel exquisitely soft against your skin, a sensation of pure, natural luxury. The sheer, ivory silk canopies, draped from the towering walnut posts of the bed, create a soft, ethereal enclosure around you, a private sanctuary of peace. The cashmere duvet, folded neatly at the foot of the bed, remains a silent promise of enveloping warmth should the need arise. As you lie utterly still, your senses turn to the one constant, unwavering presence of the night, the rain. The rhythmic patter of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, which has been a gentle, muffled hum, now seems to emerge as the dominant sound, yet it remains incredibly soft, perfectly absorbed and diffused by the thick silk curtains and the solid, ancient walls of your townhouse. It is a consistent, soft drumming, a continuous, gentle tap-tap-tap that washes over you, a profound lullaby for the deepening night. You focus on the individual impacts of the raindrops, each one a delicate, almost imperceptible strike against the glass. These are not harsh, abrupt sounds, but rather soft, feathery touches, a multitude of tiny, liquid whispers that blend into a seamless, unbroken rhythm. You imagine the raindrops, tiny spheres of liquid, as they fall from the dark London sky, landing with an exquisite precision on the wet surface of the window, creating a continuous, gentle percussion. The thick glass, itself a barrier, seems to transmute the external force of the rain into a gentle internal song. The sound is so consistent, so utterly unchanging in its gentle rhythm, that it becomes deeply hypnotic. It is a sound without beginning or end, a continuous flow that seems to mimic the very pulse of quietude. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the luxurious embrace of the bed, each soft tap of the rain against the pane, subtly pulling you further into a state of profound relaxation. The coolness of the linen against your cheek, the softness of the mattress, and the gentle warmth of the cashmere duvet, all blend with this exquisite sound, creating an unparalleled sense of comfort and security. The consistent, soft drumming of rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, now completely envelops you. You are utterly at peace, feeling the profound quiet of your master bedroom, and the gentle rhythm of the rainy Mayfair night cradle you into an even deeper, unhurried repose, a tranquil surrender to sleep. The consistent, soft drumming of rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, now completely envelops you as you lie nestled in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed. The cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradles your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort, while the soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light. The subtle scent of fresh linen and a hint of something floral perfumes the still air around you, promising deep, unhurried rest. You feel the firm, yet yielding support of the mattress beneath you, conforming gently to the contours of your body. The crisp, cool linen sheets feel exquisitely soft against your skin, a sensation of pure, natural luxury. The sheer, ivory silk canopies, draped from the towering walnut posts of the bed, create a soft, ethereal enclosure around you, a private sanctuary of peace. You are utterly at ease, feeling a deep, unhurried sense of tranquility settle within you. With a slow, deliberate motion, you gently reach for the folded cashmere duvet, which has been resting at the foot of the bed. Your fingers brush against its incredibly soft surface, feeling the delicate fibers yield beneath your touch. The duvet, a subtle, muted gray, feels substantial yet surprisingly light, a promise of enveloping warmth. There is a faint, almost imperceptible whisper of cashmere against linen as you begin to slowly draw it upwards, a soft rustle that blends into the ambient quiet of the room. You pull the duvet smoothly over your body, feeling its exquisite softness spread from your feet, up your legs and across your torso. The cashmere settles with a gentle, even weight, conforming perfectly to your form. It is a profound sensation of being completely enveloped, a luxurious cocoon of warmth and comfort. The delicate fibers of the cashmere, incredibly fine and soft, feel like a gentle caress against your skin, a soothing presence that eases any lingering tension. The subtle scent of pure cashmere, a faint, ethereal fragrance, rises gently, mingling with the fresh linen and floral notes, creating a deeply calming aroma that fills the air around you. The duvet, perfectly weighted, almost immediately begins to impart its warmth. It is not an intense, overwhelming heat, but a gentle, pervasive warmth that seems to emanate from within the duvet itself, slowly spreading through your body. You feel the cool crispness of the linen sheets against your skin, now perfectly balanced by the soft, embracing warmth of the cashmere duvet. The contrast is exquisite, a harmonious interplay of sensations that enhances the feeling of profound comfort and security. The soft rhythmic drumming of the rain outside, a continuous, gentle tap-tap-tap, seems to deepen this sense of warmth and enclosure, a natural lullaby that encourages a complete surrender to rest. You lie utterly still, feeling the perfect warmth of the duvet settling completely around your body, a luxurious embrace that promises deep, uninterrupted sleep. The profound quiet of your master bedroom, punctuated only by the distant, gentle rhythm of the rain, cradles you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. The soft glow of the bedside lamps casts a tranquil light, inviting your eyes to gently close, surrendering to the peaceful darkness. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet, now settled completely around your body, creates a luxurious cocoon, a profound sense of comfort and security. You lie nestled in the depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps bathes your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, while the plush carpet absorbs every sound, deepening the quiet. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, completely envelops you. As you lie utterly still, feeling the exquisite softness of the linen sheets against your skin and the gentle embrace of the duvet, your senses turn to the subtle, comforting aromas that now permeate the air directly around you. It is a harmonious blend of two distinct, yet complementary fragrances, a quiet symphony for your sense of smell. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing these delicate essences to fill your awareness, drawing you deeper into a state of profound repose. First, you become aware of the subtle, clean scent of freshly laundered sheets. It is a pure, unadulterated aroma, crisp and light, that speaks of natural fibers, meticulous care, and the invigorating freshness of outdoor air. This fragrance, emanating directly from the pristine white linen that envelops you, feels incredibly calming and reassuring. It is the essence of perfect cleanliness, a soft, almost imperceptible perfume that promises a night of undisturbed rest. You feel the cool, smooth fabric against your skin, and the scent seems to rise directly from this tactile sensation, an integral part of the comfort. Intertwined with this crisp, clean linen scent is the delicate, soothing fragrance of lavender. It is a soft, herbaceous whisper, a gentle floral note that carries with it a profound sense of tranquility. This lavender aroma is not overpowering, but rather a subtle, pervasive presence, perhaps from a sachet tucked beneath your pillow, or infused into the fabric softener used for your linens. It brings with it a feeling of quiet English gardens, of sun-warmed fields, a calming essence that seems to gently ease any lingering tension from your mind and body. The exquisite softness of the cashmere duvet, light yet incredibly warm, enhances this feeling of peaceful enclosure, a delicate barrier between your inner calm and the serene, rainy night beyond. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing these two comforting scents to blend and wash over you completely. The clean freshness of the linen and the gentle, herbaceous sweetness of the lavender create a perfect olfactory harmony, a delicate perfume of profound rest. The soft, rhythmic drumming of the rain outside, a continuous, gentle tip-tip-tap, seems to deepen this sense of aromatic warmth and enclosure, a natural lullaby that encourages a complete surrender to sleep. You feel utterly at peace, suspended in this tranquil blend of scents and sounds. The subtle, comforting scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets now completely envelops you, a delicate perfume of profound rest. You are utterly at peace, feeling the exquisite softness of the linen and cashmere, and the gentle rhythm of the rainy Mayfair night cradle you into an even deeper, unhurried repose, a tranquil surrender to sleep. The subtle, comforting scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets now completely envelops you, a delicate perfume of profound rest. You lie utterly at peace in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface, a profound comfort. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet settles around your body, a soft, enveloping embrace. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, continues to gently lull you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. As you lie still, feeling the exquisite softness of the linen sheets against your skin and the gentle embrace of the duvet, your eyelids feel heavy, a pleasant weight that encourages them to close. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps, which has been bathing your expansive master bedroom in a tranquil light, now seems to subtly dim, not through any active change, but as your own internal awareness begins to soften, blurring the edges of your vision. Through the heavy silk curtains, drawn closed against the rainy night, a faint, diffused light begins to register, a subtle presence against the dark fabric. It is the distant glow from a street lamp, its light filtering through the thick material, softened and muted to an almost ethereal quality. You perceive it as a vague, shifting luminescence, a gentle, amber-toned haze that subtly presses against the dark silk, creating a faint, internal glow within the room. This light is not intrusive, but rather a quiet, reassuring confirmation of the world outside, perfectly contained and softened by your sanctuary. You watch, without conscious effort, as this faint, diffused light seems to subtly ebb and flow, a gentle, slow pulse against the heavy curtains. It is a soft, almost ethereal movement, as if the light itself is breathing, a silent, visual whisper in the dimness of your room. Perhaps a distant cloud passes, or the rain briefly intensifies, causing the light to momentarily brighten, then soften again, a subtle dance of external conditions translated into a gentle, internal glow. The thick silk, with its inherent opulence, seems to absorb and then gently release this light, creating a living, breathing shadow play on its surface. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain outside, a continuous gentle tap-tap-tap against the window pane, seems to harmonize perfectly with this soft, diffused light. The two sensations, auditory and visual, intertwine to create a profound sense of peaceful enclosure. You are utterly protected within your four-poster bed, the soft, cool linen against your cheek, the perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet, and the calming fragrance of lavender and fresh sheets enveloping you completely. The faint, diffused light from the street lamp, filtering through the curtains, is a subtle reminder of the quiet London night, perfectly held at bay. You allow your gaze to soften further, allowing the faint, diffused light to simply wash over your eyelids, a gentle, visual caress. The rhythmic patter of the rain and the soft glow behind the curtains blend into a single, profound sense of peace, gently lulling you into an even deeper, unhurried repose, a tranquil surrender to sleep. The faint, diffused light from a distant street lamp, filtering through your heavy silk curtains, continues its subtle, slow pulse against the dark fabric, a gentle, amber-toned haze that softly glows in your room. You lie utterly at peace in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet settles around your body, a soft, enveloping embrace. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, continues to gently lull you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. As you lie still, feeling the exquisite softness of the linen sheets against your skin and the gentle embrace of the duvet, your eyelids feel increasingly heavy, a pleasant weight that encourages them to soften further. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, a delicate perfume of profound rest, fills the air directly around you, deepening the sense of tranquility. The soft, warm glow of the bedside lamps, though still present, now feels almost secondary, a gentle peripheral light that no longer demands your full attention. With a slow, unhurried ease, you allow your eyes to gently close. The movement is effortless, a natural surrender to the deepening calm. As your eyelids meet, there is a soft, almost imperceptible brush of your eyelashes against your skin, a delicate, feathery sensation that registers for a fleeting moment. The last vestige of the room's soft light, filtered through your closing eyelids, transforms into a warm, reddish glow, then slowly fades, giving way to a profound, velvety darkness. Behind your eyelids, the soft darkness is complete, a comforting, expansive void that invites your mind to rest. There are no patterns, no shapes, only a deep, even blackness that feels utterly safe and secure. This internal darkness is not empty, but rather filled with the subtle echoes of the external world, now translated into pure sensation. The consistent, soft drumming of the rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering rhythm, seems to intensify slightly in your internal perception, becoming a more immediate and enveloping sound. It is a continuous, gentle tap-tap-tap, a soothing, hypnotic pulse that washes over your inner landscape. You feel the profound quiet of your master bedroom, now amplified by the absence of visual input. The gentle warmth of the cashmere duvet, the cool crispness of the linen against your cheek, and the calming fragrance of lavender and fresh sheets all blend into a single, seamless sensation of profound comfort. You are utterly protected, completely at ease, as the soft darkness behind your eyelids embraces you fully. The subtle currents of air, carrying the delicate scents, seem to gently brush against your closed eyelids, a soft, ethereal caress that deepens the sense of peace. You lie perfectly still, allowing the soft darkness behind your eyelids to envelop you completely, a profound sense of peace spreading through every part of your being. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain, A gentle, unwavering lullaby now guides you into an even deeper, unhurried repose, a tranquil surrender to the peaceful night. The soft darkness behind your eyelids, a comforting, expansive void, now completely embraces you, deepening the sense of profound rest. You lie utterly at peace in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet settles around your body, a soft, enveloping embrace. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, continues to gently lull you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, a delicate perfume of profound rest, fills the air directly around you. As your external senses soften and your internal awareness deepens, you become acutely attuned to the subtle, internal rhythms of your own body. The gentle rise and fall of your chest, a continuous, effortless movement, becomes the primary focal point of your calm. It is a slow, even cadence, a natural, unwavering pulse that seems to mirror the very rhythm of the tranquil night outside. You feel the subtle expansion of your rib cage with each inhalation, a quiet, internal breath that draws in the clean, lavender-scented air. With each slow, unhurried inhalation, you feel the exquisite softness of the linen sheets subtly brush against your skin, a delicate, almost imperceptible friction. The cashmere duvet, perfectly weighted, rises and falls with the gentle movement of your chest, a silent, synchronous dance of fabric and breath. You feel the cool crispness of the linen against your cheek, a refreshing anchor, while the warmth of the duvet provides a comforting, enveloping embrace. This gentle, internal movement is deeply reassuring, a constant, soft affirmation of life and peace. As you exhale, slowly and completely, you feel a gentle release of any lingering tension, a soft, internal sigh that carries away any stray thoughts. The sound of your own breath, a soft rhythmic sigh, is barely audible, a private whisper that blends seamlessly with the distant, consistent drumming of the rain. It is a deeply personal lullaby, a continuous, unwavering pulse that draws you further into a state of profound relaxation. The soft darkness behind your eyelids seems to expand and contract gently with each breath, a vast, comforting space that reflects your internal rhythm. You lie perfectly still, allowing your body to sink deeper into the luxurious mattress, feeling its firm yet yielding support conform completely to your form. The towering walnut posts of the four-poster bed, draped with their sheer silk canopies, create a sense of secure enclosure, a private world where only peace resides. The gentle rise and fall of your chest, a continuous, effortless rhythm, becomes a profound, hypnotic anchor, drawing you further into a state of deep, unhurried rest. The subtle currents of air carrying the delicate scents seem to gently brush against your closed eyelids, a soft, ethereal caress that deepens the sense of peace. The gentle rise and fall of your chest, mirroring the slow, even rhythm of the tranquil night, now completely envelops your internal awareness. You are utterly at peace, feeling the profound quiet of your master bedroom and the gentle rhythm of the rainy Mayfair night cradle you into an even deeper, unhurried repose, a tranquil surrender to sleep. The gentle rise and fall of your chest, mirroring the slow, even rhythm of the tranquil night, now completely envelops your internal awareness. You lie utterly at peace in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet settles around your body, a soft, enveloping embrace. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, continues to gently lull you into an even deeper, unhurried repose. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, a delicate perfume of profound rest, fills the air directly around you. As your internal rhythm deepens, and the soft darkness behind your eyelids becomes a comforting, expansive void, you feel any lingering conscious thought begin to gently recede. The day's events, once perhaps a faint echo, now dissolve into an indistinct blur, losing their form and significance. The delicate balance of sensations, the coolness of the linen, the warmth of the duvet, the gentle pressure of the mattress, all blend into a single seamless feeling of profound comfort, an exquisite state of equilibrium. You feel yourself drifting further, a slow, gentle descent into a state of profound peace. It is a sensation of effortless surrender, as if your entire being is floating on a calm, deep current. The various sounds of the night, the consistent, soft drumming of the rain, the faint, distant whisper of the wind, the subtle rustle of the silk canopies, all seem to merge into a single continuous hum of quietude. This blended sound, soft and pervasive, becomes a gentle, hypnotic drone that washes over your consciousness, easing you deeper into rest. The stillness of the room, already profound, now feels utterly complete, an enveloping embrace that holds you in perfect suspension. There is no urgency, no desire, no need for anything beyond this moment of quiet being. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, a delicate perfume of profound rest, seems to deepen with each gentle breath you take, a continuous, soothing presence that guides you further into tranquility. You feel the luxurious embrace of your bed, a private sanctuary where time itself seems to slow, almost to a halt. Your body feels incredibly light, yet perfectly supported, an exquisite balance of weightlessness and secure containment. The cool crispness of the linen against your cheek and the enveloping warmth of the cashmere duvet create a perfect thermal harmony, a state of ideal comfort that encourages complete surrender. You are utterly at ease, completely protected, as the profound quiet of your master bedroom wraps around you like a soft, impenetrable blanket. All external distractions have faded, all internal chatter has quieted, leaving only this deep, unhurried peace. You drift further into this state of profound peace, completely enveloped by the stillness of the Mayfair night. The gentle rhythm of the rain, a soft, unwavering lullaby, continues to guide you deeper and deeper into a tranquil, effortless surrender to sleep. The soft darkness behind your eyelids, a comforting, expansive void, continues to hold you in a state of profound peace, a tranquil surrender to deep rest. You lie utterly at ease in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface, a profound comfort. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet settles around your body, a soft, enveloping embrace. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, continues its gentle, hypnotic rhythm, a continuous presence that has woven itself into the fabric of your slumber. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, A delicate perfume of profound rest fills the air directly around you. As the deep night imperceptibly transitions towards the quiet dawn, a faint, almost ethereal shift registers in the air within your expansive master bedroom. It is an incredibly subtle change, a delicate disturbance in the profound stillness that has enveloped you. From somewhere beyond the heavy silk curtains, a new, gentle element begins to softly assert its presence, a quiet breath that speaks of the world outside, gently stirring. You perceive it not as a sound, but as a subtle alteration in the quality of the air itself, a delicate, cool current that brushes against your skin. You feel the softest whisper of a breeze, an almost imperceptible movement of air, stir through the room. It is not a draft, nor a sudden gust, but a gentle, ethereal current, so delicate it barely registers. It seems to drift through a barely open window, perhaps a subtle crack in the leaded glass, or a tiny, unseen vent. This delicate breeze carries with it a distinct, clean coolness, a refreshing caress that subtly brushes against your exposed skin, perhaps along your temple or the back of your hand resting on the duvet. It is a fleeting, ephemeral touch, a quiet reassurance of the world's gentle awakening. With this soft whisper of a breeze, a new, incredibly subtle aroma begins to permeate the air, layering itself over the existing scents of lavender and fresh linen. It is the distinct, pure scent of morning rain, a fragrance that is both familiar and subtly different from the evening's petrichor. This aroma is crisper, cleaner, carrying with it a delicate hint of damp leaves and wet stone, but also an invigorating freshness, a sense of the night being washed clean and renewed. It is a lighter, more ethereal dampness, a profound essence of nature's quiet cleansing. This delicate scent seems to drift in on the cool current of air, a gentle, pervasive perfume that fills your senses with its natural, grounding essence. You lie perfectly still, allowing the softest whisper of the breeze to gently caress your skin, and the subtle scent of morning rain to wash over you. The cool crispness of the linen against your cheek and the enveloping warmth of the cashmere duvet remain constant, creating a perfect balance of comfort and subtle sensation. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain outside, a continuous, gentle, tap tap tap, now seems to soften even further, becoming an even more diffused, quieter melody, a gentle hum that blends seamlessly with the subtle breath of the morning breeze. The profound quiet of your master bedroom deepens, absorbing these delicate external shifts into its serene embrace. The softest whisper of a breeze, carrying the clean, subtle scent of morning rain, now gently permeates your serene sanctuary. You lie utterly at peace, feeling the profound quiet of your master bedroom and the delicate rhythms of the early Mayfair morning cradle you into an even deeper, unhurried repose, a tranquil surrender to sleep. The softest whisper of a breeze, carrying the clean, subtle scent of morning rain, continues its delicate dance through your room, a gentle companion to your profound rest. You lie utterly at ease in the luxurious depths of your four-poster bed, the cool, crisp linen of your pillow cradling your cheek, its smooth surface a profound comfort. The perfect warmth of the cashmere duvet settles around your body, a soft, enveloping embrace. The consistent, soft drumming of the Mayfair rain against the window pane, a perfect, unwavering lullaby, continues its gentle, hypnotic rhythm, a continuous presence that has woven itself into the fabric of your slumber. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, a delicate perfume of profound rest, fills the air directly around you. As the deep night imperceptibly transitions towards the quiet dawn, and you drift further into a state of profound peace, a new, ethereal presence begins to subtly assert itself against the heavy silk curtains. It is not a sudden illumination, nor a sharp break in the darkness, but rather the first, incredibly faint hint of filtered light. You perceive it as a pale, pearly luminescence, a soft, diffused glow that barely registers against the rich, dark fabric of the drawn curtains. This light is so incredibly subtle that it seems to be more of a feeling, a quiet suggestion of morning, rather than a direct visual input. You lie perfectly still, allowing this faint, filtered light to gently press against your closed eyelids. The sensation is one of profound softness, a delicate, almost imperceptible warmth that seems to seep through the thin skin of your lids. It is not bright enough to disturb, but merely a subtle shift in the internal darkness, a vague, amber-toned haze that pulses with an unhurried rhythm. The thick silk curtains, with their inherent opulence, seem to absorb most of the external illumination, transforming it into this gentle, diffused glow that softly permeates the edges of your vision, a quiet reassurance of the world's slow, unhurried awakening. The consistent, soft drumming of the distant rain outside, a continuous, gentle tap-tap-tap against the window pane, seems to blend seamlessly with this emerging light. The sound is now even more muted, a softer, more diffused melody, a gentle hum that feels almost internal, a part of your own deep calm. The soft whisper of the morning breeze, carrying the clean scent of damp leaves and wet stone, continues to drift through the room, its cool caress barely perceptible against your skin, a subtle counterpoint to the enveloping warmth of the cashmere duvet. You feel the exquisite softness of the linen sheets, cool and crisp, a constant, soothing presence against your cheek, perfectly balanced by the gentle warmth that surrounds your body. Your body feels incredibly light, yet perfectly supported by the luxurious mattress, conforming gently to every contour. The towering walnut posts of the four-poster bed, draped with their sheer silk canopies, create a sense of secure enclosure, a private world where only peace resides. The subtle scent of lavender and freshly laundered sheets, a delicate perfume of profound rest, continues to fill the air directly around you, a continuous, soothing presence that guides you deeper into tranquility. You are utterly at ease, completely protected, as the profound quiet of your master bedroom wraps around you like a soft, impenetrable blanket. You continue to rest in this deep, undisturbed calm, allowing the first hint of filtered light to gently touch your room, a soft, ethereal presence that merges with a profound quiet. The rhythmic patter of the distant rain, a gentle, unwavering lullaby, now guides you, deeper and deeper, into a tranquil, effortless surrender to sleep.